Hi everybody! Oh man, back with some more Let's Play Ever 17, the Out of Infinity Blind. Oh, it's been a long time coming. Oh, I recorded this game so long ago at this point, but I never actually recorded the bad endings way back then, so I gotta do that. Now, if I remember correctly, if we go to Special, if I go to Clear List, it should say 8 out of 11. Okay, I remember thinking that was weird. Yeah. Because it's like, this has uversion good ending, uversion epilogue, and then this is uversion bad ending, clearly. And star version good ending, star version epilogue, star version bad ending, Coco version ending. And yet it's like, what is up with this? Because it looks like, so Tsugumi doesn't have a bad ending, but Sora has a bad ending, but Sora has an epilogue, but we clearly didn't see a Sora epilogue. Now I know what's up with that, I've looked it up, I have an understanding of what's going on. So, it's very funny, the only bad ending I got was Mayo's, and yet that's the one that is actually very easy to get if you're trying to go through and get all the bad endings. Because literally the only thing you have to do to get that bad ending is make the last choice wrong, as you saw I did in my playthrough. But, to get the other two bad endings, Yu's ending isn't that bad. The other one is complicated, and now as for the last ending, it's not a bad ending at all, actually. It's an epilogue. Yeah. And in fact, apparently it doesn't matter whether you do it with Tsugumi or Sora, it's an epilogue, and you can't do it until you've seen the Coco ending, as in the true ending, the final ending. It's really weird. I am not sure what to expect from this, because I know how to get them, but I don't know what they are. I don't know what happens when I get them. So, I'm not exactly sure what to expect from this, considering apparently it works for both Tsugumi or Sora. Just get their normal good ending with Tsugumi and Sora, and if you've beaten Coco's ending, you get an epilogue. And apparently it's the same, and that just seems so weird to me, but we're going to do that one first, because that seems the easiest. So, let's go May 7th Tsugumi, because I like Tsugumi more. Ah! What the? I James, come on, 1 May 2034 Fort? Is this the ending? Okay, this came out of nowhere. If this is the epilogue, right? Oh god, I'm so unprepared for this. To give you guys an idea, I just got to the... Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, was that the ending? To give you guys an idea of what just happened, I got to the ending credits. I skipped through all that stuff. I got to the ending credits and I realized, oh shit, my music's kind of loud because the ending credits always blare. So I was about to turn it down by right-clicking, right? I was going to right-click and turn the BGM down for the ending credits, but apparently by right-clicking on the ending credits, it skips the ending credits. I never knew that. That's a thing I just learned. So is that the epilogue? That was like basically nothing. That was just German. Should I learn German? Wait, was that, what? What? Wait, okay, does that count? What? Clear list. What? But I didn't see anything. Okay, I'm gonna go through that again and see if by skipping the end credits I also skip the epilogue by accident. Fuck, if I did, then that sucks. I'm gonna try the Sora version this time, because I think the Sora version is maybe quicker than the Tsugumi version. I mean, if skipping the end credits also skips the epilogue, that sucks. But if that's the whole epilogue, that also sucks, because, like, what's even the point? I'll be right back. This way, at least I'll compare which is faster. This is all it is? I'll make sure to look that up in a German-English dictionary. Fort. Is this somehow going to allude to the fact that Coco's father's name is Takeshi Yagami? Is that at all a thing? Well, make sure to look it up in a German-English translation. God damn it. I went through all that again just because I thought I accidentally skipped it because it was so short. But turns out, no, it is just that short. That seems like such a silly... What, Easter egg? Maybe it's gonna allude to the Takeshi Yagami thing? I mean, there was a baby noise. Wah, wah. I have to assume maybe that's what it means. I don't know. I'll make sure to look it up in a German-English translation and talk about it in the comments, because I'm gonna be looking up the other endings now, since apparently I have this one now. That just seems weird. But okay, the next one. Now that we've got the Tsugumi/Sora epilogue, kind of, sort of, whatever the fuck that was, let's now get the, Yu bad ending, which is harder to get than the Mayo bad ending, but way easier to get than the Tsugumi/Sora bad ending, and I'll get into that in a bit. But first, the Yu bad ending. Did this just unlock? I'm not sure if this just unlocked or not. May 2nd, Coco version, Takeshi's perspective. May 2nd, Coco's version, Kid's perspective. I don't know if this just unlocked. If it did just unlock, that's weird. I have heard that, you know, I started the game as Kid when I was doing Coco's route and eventually wound up on Coco's route, but apparently you can wind up there with Takeshi as well, and it's slightly different. I don't know if maybe I'd show that or not, but, I don't know. I might show that if once I do the other stuff, maybe I'll see how different it is. But, what am I doing? Right, I'm gonna do the Yu ending. The Yu bad ending. Now the way you get this, I believe, is there was a choice, actually. I remember this. There's that one choice where you solve the code for her. The code that I thought that I hacked the system to solve. Turns out you had to solve it. There was no hint for it. You just had to get good. Turns out if you didn't solve it, which I very well might not have if I wasn't Elite Haxer in my first playthrough, that's what leads to the bad ending. I believe that's the only choice that matters. I don't remember when you do that, though. So I'm going to skip around and find it. And then do it wrong. Let's see. You and the kid explore the ruins of Lemuria. Kid promises to save you. Tries to access Remy again. Back at the remains of Lemuria, you and the kid try to devise the true clues discovered the day before. Right, so it's on the 3rd? I'm glad that they give you these little, little blurbs. It helps. I just can't skip this. I'm trying to skip it and it's not letting me. Apparently this is new dialogue? It doesn't let me skip new dialogue, so... Why can't I skip this? Let's see here, Beep, access denied, invalid name or password. Hey you? What? I was just wondering, who is Yuki Tanaka? Looking at the name, I was wondering, is she a relative or something? She's my mom. Mom works here? Works. She working here? She's working here, as in the present tense. Okay. And your mom was a programmer too then? This is new? Why is this new? Apparently this is new. Oh, I see. Because I chose to continue from May 3rd, it's assuming I didn't... Okay, I think I get this. Because, you know, I did a shortcut. And I ended up getting the choice of whether to go with you or to do repairs with Maya, which if you actually hang out with you on, like, May 2nd or something, she ends up telling you about how her mom's an archaeologist. And then it forces you into this route on May 3rd. If you don't do that, then you get the option to go with Mayo on May 3rd. But I did do that on my first pathway, so I didn't have that option. But because I'm doing the shortcut, I was given the option, which means it assumes I didn't see the archaeology talk, which means it's giving it to me now. Gotcha. Okay, that confused me. I understand. It's kind of been... I know there is an option, by the way, guys. I know there's an option that tells you, like, in here. There's an option that lets you make it so you can skip text even if you haven't seen it before. Probably for situations like this, but I kind of like knowing the little differences, so I'm not going to turn that on. Anyways, it's been bugging me. What do you mean that your mom is researching the third eye? Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. What's the third eye? Yeah, so it really is just taking all that stuff that we saw in the earlier scene and shoving it in here. So it's like, seeing that scene is basically pointless. Well, why does it feel like my choices matter so little? Okay, this is new and I kind of find it funny, so I'm just going to add this little bit in. Please don't say I wish I had that. Please, please don't. Why? I actually have been thinking just that. Forget it. It's unattainable anyway. No matter how much you want it, I don't want you buying tacky mail-order space pendants that promise wisdom or anything. Tacky mail-order space pendants? You mean like Mayo's pendant? Dun dun dun! What are those? More words I didn't know. Anyways, if you don't know, you should stay away. I looked at the paper we thought contained the password. I was obsessed with solving the puzzle we had found. Actually, I don't even have to remember the right answer to do it wrong. All I have to do is... Who's forgetting the important things? Okay. All I have to do is say... All I have to do is say... I don't get it. As long as I don't get it, it doesn't matter if I actually do get it. Because I can't accidentally get it if I never attempt it, so I don't get it. Yeah, that's all you have to do to use bad ending, apparently. Just say that, and then fast forward to day 7, and I guess you get the bad ending, I think? I don't know. Maybe this is the bad ending where I die on the 7th day. I mean, Tsugumi can't actually see the future. I think she's full of shit. But, I remember that drove me crazy for so long. Oh, man, Tsugumi. Good times? Bad times? Good times. Good times? Sure. Is this man anyone significant at all? I mean, really. And is he telling us the escape plan? I'm on Incel Null. What are you talking? I really did think this would be the change. Like, she wouldn't show up and give the message. But I guess she is still. Where are you? The woman vanished from the screen and then a man appeared. We're about to start operating the high-pressure gas input fan from the floating island. It will remove the water from the emergency stairs near the central area of the emergency corridor connected to them. Estimated time completion is 93 3 hours from now. Yeah. I think this is just some rando dude. They gave a sort of kind of picture, but not really. Maybe he's Takeshi Yagami. I don't fucking know. Please remain where you are until then. He has kind of a cool voice. Probably just Takeshi's and Shonen's again. Wouldn't be surprised. Wait, I'll explain everything once you come up here. No, you won't. Who are you? What? Yeah, you're nobody. Sorry, you is somebody. This guy's nobody. What? You're acting like you're gonna explain something? You don't explain anything. Yu's mother's the one who explains things. It's not the kind of thing we should talk about via display. But you never explain anything. You're just some random dude. Right? Unless you explain something in the bad ending? Are you secretly some crazy villain that shows up in a bad ending only? I don't know. Eventually, the others stagger into the control room, blah, 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 blah. It's better leaning towards a bad ending. Oh, jeez. I couldn't handle it and decided to... Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and actually make a save here. None of these matter since the whole LP's been uploaded at this point. I'm not going to go back and do every choice possible. I considered it at one point, but I'm like, fuck that. Oh, this is a quick save. Sure. I'm also going to do a quick save here. And I'll do it over Kid U. Uh-huh. Raphael. Raphael, that's a fun name. Okay. Anyways, I couldn't handle it and decided to... normally I talk to you, of course, but I kind of do want to see all these choices. What if I talk to Takeshi? Hey, Takeshi?
Nanda?
Yeah, what? What were you so busy doing before? Oh, that's right. I really did actually want to know that. Oh, that was... Because, yeah, there was the thing about how... And this was apparently actually just a mistranslation, but this drove me crazy. He seemed to change floors suddenly. But apparently that was a mistranslation from the Japanese to English. I thought that was going to be some big plot point we were going to get into Takeshi's Pathway, but it never happened, so that drove me crazy for so much of this LP. But, and even to the end of it, I think... I don't think I mentioned it, but one of the things I probably would have brought up in the final thoughts, not counting the comment that I eventually got about this, would have been that, and the fact that it was never explained. Guess you could say I was looking for something. What were you looking for, you fuckity fuck? Looking for something? Yeah. Did you find it? No, unfortunately not yet. What, you looking for Coco or something? Haven't found it. Did you give up? Kidding? Think I'd give up? Well, what are you looking for? I'm guessing Coco. I can't give up. Oh, that's some interesting character building, assuming he is talking about Coco. It makes sense. What if I hadn't seen, what What if I hadn't seen the true ending? What would I think about this? I'm not sure. He definitely seems to be very passionate about something, but definitely not sure what it is. Assuming I hadn't seen the Coco thing, but I have. But if I hadn't, this would be probably very interesting to me. Ellipses.
ただ今はひとまずの戦略的撤退なんだ。
But right now I have to take a break from the search for Coco. Even though that would probably break continuity, but you don't probably care about that. You just want to save Coco. Maybe you never... But no, you would know about it, and you'd know that you'd have to wait, right? So... I'm not sure. I see. Hope you found whatever you're looking for.
なあ、
Yeah,
ありがとうよ。
thanks. I think that has a lot more character if you know what I know. Anyways, finally the appointed time arrived, but first, I would like to see every version of that. Couldn't handle it and decided to talk to Sora. Hey, Sora?
何？
What? What was it that you had to do after that? Of course, I meant after we split up in the changing room. Thank you for elaborating, since I got to this scene out of nowhere. The expression she had on her face had bothered me ever since. She wanted us to be alone, you derp. I think you said that you had to settle something or other. Oh, did she?
それは
Oh, with Segumi. That's
内緒。
a secret. Probably with Segumi. Really?
どうしてそんなに人のプライベートに立ち入ってくるかな？
Why? I wish you wouldn't invade my privacy. I'm sorry.
まあ、いいけどね。
It's no big deal. Will you tell me this much? Did you finish whatever it was?
もちろん、
Of course I did. That's good. Ellipses.
言いなりになるのはもうやめるの。
I'm not going to go along with what everybody wants anymore. This also. A lot of these are probably going to feel like they make more sense if I know the character. Huh? Ellipses. You mean your mom and your dad?
違うんだけど、似たようなものかも。
No, that's different, but it might be kind of similar. It might be kind of similar if you're right about Tsugumi being your mom, which you are.
これからは私の生きたいように生きるって決めたの。
Decide that I'm going to live the way I want to from now on. I see. Good for
さ
you.
て、ここを出たらどこ行こうかな。
Wonder where I'll go when I'm out. Oh god, are you planning on just like escaping on your own? Oh no! Oh no, Maya! Oh no! You're not going home?
帰らないよ。だってそこは本当の家じゃないから。
I'm not. That place isn't my home anyway. Oh my god, so much foreshadowing. This isn't available only because I saw the Coco ending or anything, isn't it? Because this all feels like stuff that... If not, then... Okay, wow, this could have been... Wow, this would have been really interesting if I saw it at the time. I actually considered watching it at the time, but didn't end up doing it. Ellipses?
だから私は私の帰るべき場所を探し
I'll
に
be
行く
looking
の。
for the place that I should be going back to. This is neat. I like it. Same as me. I know. Will you take me with you? Ha! 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 That's funny.
え？少年も？
You? Yeah, I mean, I don't have anywhere to go either. I'll look with you. I don't have anywhere to go because I'm not going to be going with you because I'm getting the bad you ending, question mark? Ellipses?
ありがと
Thanks.
う。でもお断りしておくよ。
But I think not. What? Why not? Because you're not on my route. What?
だって恨まれちゃうもん。
Pretty sure someone will hold it against me. But who? Sarah just grinned at me without answering.
にんともかんとも。にんに。
Nintomo Kantomo definitely doesn't translate to just ninja. I very much wonder what it actually translates to. Maybe it's just rubbish like, Naruto's Databayo, but yeah. Let's end with Segumi. Talk to Sora. Hey, Sora?
はい、なんでしょう。
Yes, what is it? Where were you before?
レミに呼び出されていました。
Lemeth called me. Lemeth?
はい。
Yes. Ellipses. Ellipses. Does it have to do with the industrial secret? No, that would have been strange. Sora was already free from obeying the lie bitch's restrictions.
いえ、そういうわけではありませんが、
No, it had nothing to do with that.
まだ話すようなことではないと思うのです。
I don't think I can tell you about it yet. Does it have something to do with the super secret, super secret, super secret? But you're not the other version of Sora. You don't have any of your memories. You're going to get them inserted after this whole thing happens. So, maybe you know something about a super secret, but you don't know everything about the super secret, super secret? And you'll tell me when the time is right?
はい。
Yes. Okay, I won't ask you anymore.
申し訳ありません。
I'm sorry. Saying that, Sora dropped her head. Wow, that was a quick one. Couldn't handle it, decided to talk to Tsugumi. Hey, Tsugumi? Ellipses. And by the way, I just did that. Normally I do those with the mouse, but this time I decided to be lazy and do it with the controller. Anyways, ellipses. Tsugumi!
うるさい
Shut the fuck up! Ah! Ellipses.
私に話しかけないで。
Don't talk to me. Thanks, Mom! God, you're such a bitch in this pathway.
ただじっとしているだけで助かるんだから。
Do me a favor and just sit still.
もう心配するようなことなんてないんだから。
Because there's nothing left to worry about. Are you sure? Are you sure? Bitch, you'll not be so happy when you find out I'm your kid, you jerk.
今さら私に聞くことなんて何一つないでしょ。
There can't possibly be anything else you want to ask me about, right? Sure. Did you really mean that I die in 7 days? Did you really know that to be a thing? Because, you know, fuck you. Ellipses.
よかったわね。余地が外れて。
Oh, we do come back to it, though. It's a good thing that my prediction was off, huh? Jeez. Well, actually, your prediction was for May 7th or something, right? Isn't this the 5th or 6th? That's what I wanted to ask. Ellipses. After that, Scooby didn't say anything more. Just one more thing.
まったく
Jeez.
どうなってるのよ。一体。
What the heck is going on? Oh, so much foreshadowing. So I guess it really was just a red herring, but that's cool. They trick you into thinking it's time travel, when reality isn't time travel. But then there ends up being time travel anyways, so it does kind of ruin it a bit, in my opinion. I'll talk a bit more about that in my final thoughts, but I think it's actually really cool that they trick you into thinking it's time travel when it's not, but then it is anyways. Anyways. Finally, the appointed time arrived. Okay, yeah, so I'm guessing there's going to be some differences now, and this is going to be a different ending. It freaking better be. But I will say, just because I had to take a break, while I took a break, I ended up looking up the German to English thing, so I can talk about that. Yeah, it's pretty pointless. It just says the story continues on May 1st, 2034, and it's like, well, yeah, to even see this, you have to see Coco's ending. So I mean, what's the point? And the crying is probably just the babies, as in, like, Shonen and Mayo crying, I would assume, because, you know, Takeshi had babies, but it just seems so pointless. It feels like a added ending just to add an extra Easter egg ending for no reason when the Easter egg isn't even really an Easter egg. At best, it's an autumn egg. Is Easter in autumn? I don't fucking remember seasons. Anyways, okay, I want to read this for a quick second. Actually, no, the thing won't work, and we're not sure why. Huh? What? I'm having trouble hearing you. Instead, I've broken up part of the message. It looked like another crisis had struck. What is that real? Is that Blickwinkle? So, you're seeing Blickwinkle? Blickwinkle is here. And then communications were cut off. So Blickwinkle can't just be the player perspective then. Because I thought that's all it was, ultimately. And yet I feel like it can't be. Because this is... like, what the fuck is this shit? So they're seeing Blickwinkle and he's like, no, it's okay. Let them get their bad ending. I don't know. Just seems silly. Because I thought that's all it was. Blickwinkle is supposed to be us. And in which case, I definitely don't want to be Coco's boyfriend, brother, boyfriend, whatever. But, that definitely does not seem like the kind of thing that would happen if Blickwinkle is just meant to be the player. But whatever. Daybreak. The date changed to Sunday, May 7th. This is new, I think. Let's see here. So what's different? I haven't been informed what. I stood up from the chair just then my elbow bumped an empty can on the table. Kabang! Clatter, clatter. The can fell to the floor and rolled to the wall. The floor is tilting. Hey, Sora, can you display the map of Leader? Something that has a cross-sectional display of the structures. Yes. Map of Leader appeared on the monitor. It's like I thought. Lemur is slanting. Tilt of the complex didn't really mean anything. Thankfully, it didn't look like it was affecting our chance of survival. Hey, you. What do you think we should do now? Ellipses. You? You was completely spaced out. Didn't even look like my voice was reaching her brain. It seemed that the light from this world had been extinguished from her eyes. Okay. So this is the bad ending. I think... Alright. Okay, I think what originally happened is that this is when he comes up with this crazy plan to save the day based on this tilting. Like, there's a certain line, where is it? It's, lemur is slanting, but it didn't really mean anything. That's what he's saying. When in the other version, I think he said, oh, this gives us our way out. And he gets that because of the coffee flow, right? And I think he only does the extra pouring of coffee because, what is it? Does the extra pouring of coffee because they figured out the thingamadooger, and I didn't figure out the thingamadooger? Is that it? So it's all because of the coffee? The coffee saves the day, if I understand this correctly? Anyways, I think this is the bad ending. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty freaking sure. Daybreak, the date had changed to May 7th. Since that time, we hadn't slept at all. I was starting to feel badly again. A headache, dizziness, nausea, and coldness felt like they were seeping from deep in the core of my body. You know, with the Mayo bad ending, if you get it, you can just instantly get the good ending again. But this is something where you have to go way back. It kind of buggers me a little bit. And, like, that was something where I feel like I got it right on accident. How would I have felt if I had... I don't know. I want to say I would have been really, really pissed off. I'm not sure. If there was some way where you could go back and do that thing and do it correctly and then skip forward, like, in an instant to here, instead of having to go through all the bullshit, then I wouldn't mind it. Then I'd be fine with it. But as it stands, I feel like I would be pissed off. So I'm going to say yes, I don't like it. It's hard to say because I can't go back and check, but I'm pretty sure I would have been extremely livid. So we'll just say I think that's slightly bad game design. And now you can argue, well, the creator improved because of the fucking flowchart there. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Anyways. I suffered from a wave of dull pain and extreme fatigue. I was only half conscious. Exhaustion. I had reached my limit. I tried to keep my energy from being sapped away. Surrounded by darkness and endless fear, we had fought our way this far, and there was no sign that things were going to get better. Communication lines with the outside were still down, and we had yet to find a clue that might lead to escape. Slowly you started to get ill too. Oh no. Her face was pale. Does she have TB? Her breathing was heavy. Beads of sweat stood out of her forehead. She seemed to have a terrible fever. I was not the only one suffering mentally and physically. There had been signs from the day before. We couldn't do anything about it. The infirmary was already underwater. What about that one time where you passed out in the beginning of the game and it seemed really weird and out of nowhere and it never got brought up back up again? Why'd you pass out randomly? That was never explained, was it? I don't think it was. Whatever. We could only endure the passing of time. Ellipses. 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 Is this it? Is this the end? Is giving up the only choice? I looked up helplessly. The ceiling was crusty with cigarette smoke. That's actually really clever when I think about it. I guess I'll talk about this more when I get to my final thoughts, but the fact that when you get the proper ending, Haru does try to help to get you out, because Blickwinkle said that she should if a certain amount of time passes, I think. But something happens they didn't expect, and so ultimately Shonen has to figure it out himself, and when he fails, that's the bad ending. So yeah, anyways, I like that it's very understandable that Haru did try to help. She didn't just let them die, just let them go to the bad endings or anything. But circumstances beyond her control, her knowing, led them to potential bad endings, while she still definitely did try to help. So anyways, I'll talk a bit more about that in my final thoughts. But yeah. It's logical, to an extent. It's as logical as it can be given the bullshit, premise. Anyways, I couldn't see anything else. I'm gonna die. Well, hey, Tsugumi's prediction. And this is the pathway where I said Tsugumi's prediction. I'm following that one. The one where I talked to Tsugumi when I could have talked to anyone just before this final thing. There's nothing I can do, just die. That was my conclusion. Haha. Oh, hey, he's laughing like a terrorist again. I knew then exactly how much strength I had left. Enough to rape you. What? I felt utterly hopeless. Useless. Incompetent. Yes, I would die. And I was fine with that. I didn't care. Without a memory, I thought I'd been the equivalent of dead to start with. Nothing changes. I had nothing to lose. It was already decided. I remember what Tsugumi had told me. Oh, well, yep, we're coming back to that. Well, there we go. There's that prediction, I guess. I mean, ultimately, I think it was bullshit, because she couldn't really time travel. She was just bullshitting, but, it's a red herring, sort of. It does call back to that in this bad ending, so, hey, it finally came true. Time travel, what? I would die in 7 days. Her prediction was true. But this is only 5 days, isn't it? Ah, fucking don't know. Actually, it's more like 4 days? Whatever. Actually, I think she said you'll die on May 7th, which is a bit different. Anyways, I don't care. This is the way it should be. I don't think so. It's the bad ending. Or wrong ending, whichever you prefer. Definitely bad ending. I relaxed and looked down. And I saw... you. She slumped back into a chair and her breathing looked labored. Oh no!
約束
Promise? Oh, that's right, I was gonna promise that I'd get her out and I fucked up. Oh, man. Oh, man. I remember Miles' bad ending being pretty weak, but I guess that's partially because I was able to go back and fix it just right away, so I don't know how strong it would have been if it felt more final like this is gonna feel. I don't know. Suddenly I felt the warmth I'd felt from Yu's fingers when I'd made my promise again in my fingertips. You! If I didn't do anything, you would die too. No, I wouldn't let that happen. Oh shit. I don't care if I die, but you is... Somehow I have to save her. Had to. I had to. No, had to makes sense. Had to doesn't. Because I had promised. I had to have promised. I have to have promised? What's this? Promised! How could I have? By going back in time? Oh, is this gonna give me a hint for the code? Maybe. Ellipses. It'd still be really silly if I had to go all the way back and then... Unless there's a way to power forward. I don't know. Maybe there is. Ellipses. Then. There's only a short time until the estimated time of implosion. Security office started shaking violently. The complex screeched. Alarms pierced the air with shrill warnings. Shrill.
核壁強度が限界を超えました。
The partition strength limits have been exceeded.
各フロア
Reached
に
and
て
exceeded.
漏水、浸水が始まっています。
Flooding has started on each floor. In other words, we're super fucked!
ツバイトシュトック第4区画浸水開始。同じく第5区画圧壊開始。第6区
Flooding
画
has begun in Sector 4 of Zweigstock. Implosion has begun in Sector 5 on the same floor. In Sector 6? Sorry, reporting the situation in a monotone. Could you be a little more... not so emo? Ellipses. Or extra emo. Depends on how you want to use emo. What's wrong? What else?
いいえ、もうやめましょう。こんなこと告げても無意味ですね。
No, I leave it at that. This report now means nothing. What? Because we're all gonna die?
この区画も浸水が始まりました。ここもしばらくすれば被害が現れます。
Flooding has started in this sector too. Won't be long until damage will appear here. Looks like you don't have the fun factor that Takeshi gave you. I mean, I know you don't. That's the point. But you still didn't seem like a complete joy kill on this pathway. Come on, Sora. I see. How long do you think this will hold?
20分から25分。
20 to 25 minutes.
ですが、今すぐに圧壊しても
Could
おか
implode
し
at
く
any
ない。
time. Like, right now? The normal lighting went out and the emergency lighting kicked in. I figured the generator room was probably damaged.
結局、お二人をお救いすることができませんでした。
I couldn't save you two after all. Yeah, well... Yeah, it's all your fault. Fuck you, Sora. Why did I have to come up with the awesome plan? You're a freaking AI. You couldn't come up with the plan that I came up with in the alternate timeline? You suck.
本当に申し訳ございません。
I'm really truly sorry. I bet you are. I hope your creator is sorry for being too stupid to program in an AI good enough to figure out the plan that I figured out. Freaking coffee. They weren't a coffee drinker. Godo would be so upset.
本当に
Truly. Don't be. It's not your fault. I think you did a great job. Ellipses. Head over to be beside you. You, this place isn't gonna hold. Let's go. He was completely weakened. She looked up powerlessly and nodded slightly. I carried you on my back.
どこへ向かわれるのですか？
Oh, we're gonna make out a little before we all die, I guess. Where are you going? I don't know. Somewhere where we can gain a little more time. I intend to stake our lives on the possibility that we would be rescued until the very end. I can't think of anything to do other than that. I promised her that I would protect her no matter what. Aww, this is so nice. And sad, and nice. Where's the safest place left among the floors?
ドリットシュトックの制御室なら、あるいは。
That would be the control room on Dreitstock. Or...
しかし、それでももって数十分の差です。
It's only a matter of a few dozen minutes difference. Sure, but also, what or? Or what? Or what? Or what? That's enough. I was going to leave the room, but I suddenly stopped. Oh? What are you gonna do, Sora? Probably die. Get flooded out. Unless her memory bank is probably stored upstairs, not down here, I think.
私はもう、お二人とご一緒することができません。
Oh, are we finally gonna learn where you're being stored in this, in the future time? I don't think we ever learned that in the good endings. I like that. I like bad endings that add to the plot and aren't just, oh, you could skip them and would lose nothing. I'll not be able to accompany you two anymore.
浸水の影響で、館内に設置された映像デバイスにかなりの損傷が出てしまいました。
Due to flooding, image broadcasting devices in the complex have been significantly damaged. Okay.
私が姿を現せる場所は限られてしまっています。
Places I can appear are limited.
ですがせめて音声を通してお二人を制御室までご案内したいと思います。
At the very least, I want to guide you two to the control room via my audio function. I like that this isn't just a nothing ending. Again, the Mayo ending felt kind of like a nothing ending. This feels like it actually has substance, which means it's gonna, eat up my recording time, and maybe it's gonna take me longer than I thought I would to get these endings in one video. But hey, it's a plus with the minus. It takes the positive with the negative. All right, please do.
はい。
Yes. When I left the room, I found water leaking from walls and spots. The bulkheads squealed. Squealed from a bulkheads. That's like a horse? Neigh like a horse.
ではご案内します。制御室まで今現在で無事なルートは。
What about the ore? You said there was an ore. I guess you dropped the ore? That or it's a mistranslation. I will guide you. I'll show you the route to the control room, which is still safe. We went down to the 3rd floor. Beamer was still holding. It's a miracle. A Festivus miracle. The estimated time of implosion that Sword predicted should have passed long before. I guess we're lucky? Or it's Blickwinkle. Blickwinkle's gonna save us. Are we gonna be saved even in the bad ending? That would be surprising. I believe in the Mayo's bad ending everybody died. And by everybody I mean Mayo. But yeah. Also, is there still no music? I keep thinking that the eerie track is about to be like the do-do-do-do-do-do. That does not at all replicate what it sounds like. If it starts playing, I'll say it, but Lemur kept resisting to the end as if Sora was willing it to protect us. Or Blickwinkle. I like to think I'm doing it. I'm the best. What? Hang in there, you. I mean, we're doomed to fail, I think, but hang in there. You gasped, suffering terribly as I carried her on my back. Be strong, be patient, just a little further. I lied. I was a liar. A little more patience, and then what? There was nothing I could do. So I lied. I was a big liar! Well, a short liar. Well, kind of a big liar, because you're not as short as past timeline shonen. We were close to the control room. Hey, music again. And again I saw it. Vision of the little girl. Oh, this fucking little girl again.
どうしたの?
What's the matter? I can't be bothered with this little girl when I have you to worry about. She stood across the corridor. Her eyes met mine. And then a name flashed in my mind as clear as a bell. Coco! Well, that's just like in the true ending, but, in this case, it's even worse to go after, I think, because I really, really need to look after you. I don't know.
少年さん、どうなされたのですか?
Arguably, though, here we're already doomed anyways, whereas the other one we had a chance and we almost fucked it up. Here we're doomed anyway, so maybe it's not as bad. It's both worse and not as bad at the same time, depending on what your priorities are. Anyways, what's the matter? Turning on her heels, Coco ran off in the other direction. I chased after her, still carrying you. Rude. Coco!
少年さん、引き返してください。そっちは。
Shonen, please come back. There is a flooding water that's going to kill you and give you a bad ending. I was chasing after her at full speed. Coco, are you leading me into my bad ending? Fuck you. The flooding and shaking ground slowed me down. In the beginning, it was a crazy, reckless idea to run after her with you on my back. How about to run after her at all? I lost sight of her. Oh, it's like a metaphor. But you lose sight of her even in the You Good ending. Just, I like You Good ending the best. It means Coco stays dead. What? No, what? Well, wait a second. Wait a second. Never mind. I was about to say, wait, in the You Good ending, wouldn't Shonen never be born? But no, Tsugumi had gives birth whether or not Takeshi's alive. So, okay, it's fine. We're all fine. There's still logic, I think. Maybe. As much logic as this game can have. I lost sight of her. It was a dead end in a narrow corridor. Up this door again, though. Where is this? I thought that maybe she was beyond the door. Highway to Himmel. In that instant, I glimpsed something in my head. It was a vague, abstract image. I wasn't sure, but definitely. I felt that I could see it. That there should be a beam of hope ahead. I lowered you and tried to open the door of Himmel. Oh, because down there where Coco and Takeshi in this pathway, I'm not sure, where they are, that's completely watertight proof and safe and stuff. But I think the passageway that leads there is blocked off. But, The door wouldn't budge. Sora, open this door!
無理です。その扉は私の管轄外なのです。
It's impossible. That door is out of my jurisdiction. In the other pathway, it was possible she was lying because they were trying to get him and you out, and that door would have just been a needless distraction. But in this case, they're fucked anyways, so I guess this is more merit to her telling the truth. Door's out of my jurisdiction. I pounded on the door. I know it. On the other side of this door. Well, on the other side of this door, and then down a bunch of meters below the sea. Is a plot hole! Or a paradox, whichever you prefer. You'll be safe in there. Please open this door! Splash! Oh, is that the flooding water? Water spouted fiercely from the corridor wall. An animal-like growl echoed from far away. Complex pitched violent. So there was no hint? I thought we would get the hint for, the good ending in this ending. How that paper worked. But no, we just have to figure it out. God, yeah. I feel like they should have given a hint in the bad ending. Like, he could have scrumbled over to the thing and then maybe, figured part of it out. I don't know. But, I think they should have done something with that. Otherwise, they would have left you just ultimately ending up resorting to a guide to even get the proper ending? I don't know. Probably. Anyways, the complex pitched violently. I saw a massive amount of water flooding down the corridor ahead. It was as if a pitch-black monster were opening its massive mouth to attack. I ran frantically to you. Felt as if I were moving in slow motion. I won't make it! For an instant, time stopped and then it started again. The water slowed us and then swallowed us in a moment. And we're just dead? In the water, my eyes met Yu's. She was trying desperately to reach her hand out. Oh! I held her hand. You squeezed mine back. She squeezed mine back. You mumbled something. Oh, was it like I love you or something? The words didn't reach me. Words just changed into small bubbles and vanished in the darkness. Oh! You slowly closed her eyes. Oh! Oh! What did you say? What did she/you say? Of course I want to know. I shook her hand. There was no response. That's not fair. She's teasing me again. Bit weird to be thinking about teasing at this point in time. I touched her cheek. It was cold. Cold. Of course, it's because we're in the water. It's because we're in this cold water. I squeezed her hand. Hey. I said, hey. I said, hey. You tell me. She didn't squeeze my hand back. She's dead. She didn't move. She didn't tell me anything anymore. I wonder how Yuharu would react to this. She'd probably be pretty furious. Like, no! Ah! And she'd probably be like, Black Winkle! What the fuck? She didn't tell me anything anymore. So wait a second. If Yuharu still set up... so... In the good ending, in Yu's good ending, do they end up going back and saving Coco and Takeshi anyways, or can that only happen in the true ending? Like they can go and save Coco, because Blickwinkle would have had to tell Yuharu in the past about it. Which means eventually, in the future, Yuharu definitely could have went to save Coco, because Coco would have definitely... Wait, no, Coco wouldn't have definitely been in there, because I think Coco was put in the pod by Takeshi, so Coco would have been dead. Unless they weren't both dead. Unless, could they have been saved anyways and use good ending? Now I'm confused. Could they have been saved anyways and using Mayo's good ending and Coco's good ending is just a perfect little one that puts them two together, but really they could have been separate and it still works? Now I'm not sure. I guess it's a nice thought to think that Takeshi and Coco can be saved anyways, even in using Mayo's good endings, but I'm not sure if it works that way or not. Time travel is confusing. She didn't tell me anything anymore. Ellipses. Ellipses. It's because time travel with stable time loops. Multiple timelines, I should say. Because, like, you either have multiple timelines or you have a stable time loop. If you do both the same time, it fucks things up. I know I mentioned that in the proper LP, but you really have to choose one. Having both you can't have... Logic goes out any logic in your time travel story goes out the window at that point, more or less. Unless you have some really good ground rules, but they'd have to be really good for multiple timelines and stable time loops to make sense, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Anyways, it's not true. No, it's a lie. This can't be true. It has to be a lie. This is a lie. I let go of the last breath from my lungs. I closed my eyes to avert them from reality.
約束?
Promise? Oh, this is so sad, but I like it. This is such a good bad ending. This is such a well done bad ending. It is. I do think there should be a hint for the good ending, honestly. But other than that, this has been done really well. I promise.
もし約束破ったら?
And what if you break it? Harping back both to this and also to Segumi's prediction that I die. Yeah, by comparison, Mayo's bad ending is a lot weaker. I won't. I'll see that you're safe.
絶対に 1% たりともないの?
For sure? There's not even a 1% chance that you're wrong? There's not even a 0.000000001% possibility. Here's a question. I don't actually remember. Was this scene before or after the scene where I get the code and have to figure it out? If it's before, well then there's multiple timeline stuff going on. If it's after, then at that point it's already guaranteed. Either it's 100% chance that she gets saved, or 100% chance that she gets dead. So, if it's after, that might be more poetic. I don't know. Either way though. Ellipses.
こんな自信過剰な約束聞いたこともないけど
Talk about promising more than you can deliver.
仕方ない付き合ってあげるとしますか
Oh well, suppose I'll have to trust you. Oh, I'm sorry for being such a stupid person that couldn't come up with a coffee faux plan or come up with the code or I don't know, have Blickwinkle somehow save us in this timeline too because Blickwinkle, fucking Blickwinkle, fuck you, me. Assuming it's me, I don't know. Whether or not you want to believe it's me or it's you or it's... Well, it's not you, but it could be you. But if you know what you mean, you, not you. You. It didn't make it. I didn't make it. I couldn't keep my promise. I couldn't protect her. I was a liar. A damn liar. Just at that moment I felt a soft, warm light. The warm light of death. A light? A ray of light sliced through the plain, dark world. The door of Himmel started to open. Poetic. Beyond the door spread a dazzling white world. Heaven. Heaven, was it an illusion? No, it wasn't. That's a nice thought. Even in their bad ending, they can be together in heaven. Yeah? This was reality. This was undoubtedly the truth of my world. I knew that. If we went to that place, on the other side of the door, we could meet again. This time I might be able to protect her. You. Bisei Akikane. Or Akikana. I quietly opened my eyes. And died? Yay! This is happy end! Life reeked and won. That was well done. I'd have to check again, but I remember thinking Mayo's ending was weak. This was well done. This was not weak. This was nice. Of course, it's a lot harder to get this bad ending, but anyways. Arguably, it's a lot harder to get the... Oh, this story's not at an end, blah, 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 blah. Whatever it just said. I didn't press forward. It forced me forward because the game does that sometimes, because fuck you, game. But yeah, this game, oh, yeah, with the whole, promise and the die on May 7th and all that coming back. This game is so good at bringing things back like that, and I love it. But anyways, save system bad, yes. Alright, let's move on to the final bad ending, which I don't even know a concrete way to do, and I'll get into that when I start it, because it's gonna be a thing. May 2nd, Coco Takeshi, May 2nd, Coco Kid. I might check this out, but for right now, I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to do a new game, and it is going to be my goal to get the Tsugumi/Sora bad ending, or you could just call it the Takeshi bad ending. I have a vague idea what this is, and it's kind of funny when I think about it, but I'm not entirely sure what this is, but I'll talk about why I think it's funny when I actually get to it, assuming it is what I think it is. But there's a lot of stuff you have to do for this, because as far as I can tell, there's no concrete way to get this. See, a lot of the choices you make as Takeshi, because as you and Mayo, you make a couple of choices fairly early into the playthrough, basically dictating, are you with you or are you with Mayo? And then there's a few other choices that, there's a couple choices that push you in one direction or the other, but more or less it's just, are you with you or are you with Mayo? And when you get with one of them, then there's one other important choice. For you, it's the one with the coffee flow. For Mayo, it's a couple, actually I think there's technically two. There's the one I fucked up, and there's one shortly before that, at the very end of the game, that if you fuck up, you get the bad ending. With Tsugumi and Sora, they have the same bad ending, so because of that, a lot of the choices interlap between the two. I remember even thinking this and breaking this up in the playthrough, I think. In the Yu and Mayo pathways, there was a lot less overlap in choices, and I think that's on purpose, because, there's a lot of choices where if you choose one option, you up Tsugumi. If you choose the other option, you up Sora. But there's only one choice that really matters as far as whether or not you go with Sora or Tsugumi. There's only one. And I'll get to that when I get to that, and I'll talk about it when I get to that. And that's basically a blanket, are you on the Sora path or Tsugumi path? Nothing else matters. The only things the other things matter for is if you actually get the true good ending with them, or the bad ending. And if you don't trigger enough of their flags, I think that's what gives you the bad ending. Again, there's nothing concrete here. It's just you're either on the Sora path or the Tsugumi path, and one way, if you don't trigger enough flags, you get the good ending, and the other, if you don't trigger enough flags, you get the... Well, if you don't trigger enough flags, you get the bad ending, but you know what I mean. From what I've heard, it's easier to not trigger enough flags as Tsugumi's pathway than as Sora's pathway. Apparently, Sora's more lenient on getting her good ending, I believe, whereas Tsugumi, if you fuck up with her, it's easier to fuck up with her and get the bad ending. It's the same bad ending, but, so I'm gonna, when I get to the one big choice that says, do you want to go with Tsugumi or Sora, I'll choose Tsugumi. I'll go with that choice. But for everything else, if there's a choice between Tsugumi and Sora, I'm gonna pick the Sora side, so that I hopefully end up getting the bad ending by the end of this. So yeah, you can see why this is really complicated for me. I have a lot of choices written down, so let's just start this. We have to start from the very fucking beginning. New game. Okay, here's the, first question that matters. Should you listen to Coco's joke or pay attention to what the lady is saying? The lady in question being Coco. The lady in question being Sora. Now, I actually have a confession to make, and I hope it doesn't matter too much. Hopefully I can just figure this out just by being smart, but I didn't actually write down what the answers to these questions were. I just wrote down what the guide said the question was, which I'm now realizing is not the exact question. I kind of realized that partway through writing down the questions, and that might fuck me up, and I hope it doesn't, but yeah, I wrote down all the questions, but the answers, I only wrote down which choice I'm supposed to pick. For example, with Sora, should you listen to Coco's joke or pay attention to what the lady is saying? Now, obviously, to up Sora, we would put listen to the staffer's explanation. However, and now I know that with this choice for sure, but other choices might not be so obvious. For those, I'd need the guide. Now, this guide does say, thankfully for this one, I'm definitely correct, because it does say B is correct. Now, I actually wrote down all the correct responses. I'm going to do my best to pick the incorrect responses, if you know what I mean. So, it says, you're supposed to pick B to be correct, which means I'm going to say listen to the joke to be incorrect. Now, ultimately, again, I'm going to be going on Tsugumi's path, so it doesn't matter that much for these choices, but I wrote them anyways just to be safe. So, for all choices where it's separate, like, you can say either down Tsugumi or down Sora or down both, I'm going to do that. If it's one where I have to up one of them and down the other, then I'm going to always up Sora and down Tsugumi. So, listen to the joke. Skipping again. This choice doesn't matter? Really? What? Are you having stomach pains? What? Why doesn't this choice matter? I don't know, this pees me off a little bit. According to my little guide thing here, This choice does not matter. And yet, I remember really, like, thinking about this when I first got to it, like, it was the Tanuki. Like, by saying no, forget it, I thought I was being a nice guy. I remember he ended up playing it off all wrong, and that bugged me a bit. But, fine, if I can say whatever, I'm gonna say it was the Tanuki, because to me that's the more not correct answer, even though there is a not correct answer, not correct. It was the Tanuki! Oh, you encounter Tsugumi in the elevator. Just who are you? Why are you here? Why are you following me? Burbity birdie burb. Apologize, just exactly who are you, or stay silent. So let's see. Apparently, if you say A or B, you'll up her a bit, and staying silent is apparently something she doesn't like. That's kind of surprising to me. So I guess... Okay, well, I mean, she does like it when people apologize, sure, but she also apparently likes it when people inquire about her. Maybe she likes it if someone thinks she's mysterious. Plays up her mysteriousness. But staying silent is just boring because she's also silent and she doesn't like the idea that someone else is silent because... Or, you know, it means I'm getting involved with her. I'm openly getting involved with her. She doesn't want to get involved with me, so if we both don't want to get involved with each other, no one gets involved with anyone. So yeah, staying silent. That is option C. I've got to find my friends that I never find in the entire game. That's the biggest mystery of all. What the fuck is up with Takeshi's friends? Part of me thought the epilogue might have been Takeshi meeting his friends. That's why it could happen with either Sora or Tsugumi. Because it wasn't going to involve them. It was going to involve him meeting his friends. But no, it was just the story continues bollocks. Anyways, I've got to find my friends. I've got to find them. Even though I never do in the entire game. That's kind of sad. I wonder if there's any fanfiction written about those friends. If there's not, there should be. At the very least, there should be some Rule 39. Wait, what rule is it? The sexy rule where if it doesn't exist, it should. There should be some rule... Fanfiction, go! I've got to find them. Oh, this is funny. Okay, sorry. I'm just surprised it's this, perfect. Anyways, so this is when, you know, we got all, what are we supposed to do now? Whose fault is it that we're all trapped in here? Parks, and then, you know, Sora's all like, it's my responsibility. So this is actually a choice that affects both of them. Just whose fault is it that you got caught up in this accident? Now, with Sora, you'll increase her if you select B or C, which means it's not your fault, or that's not important right now. With Tsugumi, you'll increase her if you say C, so that's not important right now. So basically what that's saying is, if you're going for Sora, you can pick B. It's not your fault because Tsugumi probably doesn't care about that shit. But if you're going for Tsugumi, you pick C, but that'll up Sora anyway, so you gotta be a little careful. So it's kind of like the Colette problem in Tales of Symphonia. You can't get her off you. Kind of like, you can't get Sora, although in this case it's much easier because it's a distinct choice that you can make instead of in, you know, let's say Tales of Symphonia where everybody has their, you know, there is no distinct choice, it's just all a bunch of little choices like this. The distinct choice actually makes this a lot more easy to manage. But anyways, if there wasn't a distinct choice, I'd have to probably juggle back and forth, like give some points to Tsugumi, some to Sora, and then ultimately get the bad ending because I didn't give enough points to either. But now I can do the distinct choice and then give all the points to Sora. Anyways, that's right, the person in charge is who? It's the only one I haven't seen, that's why I was laughing. That's the one I have to do, and that's the only one I haven't seen. Person in charge is who? That's right, give me the person in charge. It's no good blaming someone that works here like you, but... How could this happen? I want an explanation. I came here with my friends and just missed taking the elevator. And missed my friends for 17 years. I don't believe this.
ちょっとあなた
Take it easy. You be quiet.
やめてよ
Stop it. You stop it. Girl was glaring at me intensely. Well, I guess that clearly didn't up your social points.
いい加減に黙ったらどうなの
Why don't you just be quiet? You think you can backtalk me just because you end up being my waifu in the future? In the future path? Days of future paths. Her icy, threatening voice overwhelmed me. And it lulled me in and made me want to hit that thing. But for now, skip ahead. Oh, I can't yet. Never mind. Alright. The fish on the floor, we're still jumping. Okay, think now on the fish on the floor. That's the line that lets me jump ahead. That's a funny line. But yeah, it is that
ここに
line.
突っ立っていても仕方ないわ案内してくれる
It doesn't do us any good standing around here of how you take us somewhere. Now can I skip again?
わかり
Now
ま
can I
し
skip
た
again?
近くに比較的
Now can I skip again? Relatively safe. Skip. 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 It's not letting me skip. We turned around and started heading back the corridor we'd been washed down. I looked at a paddle and finally realized that we were in Zweigstock Basement Wolf 2. Skip. 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 Can't skip. Oh! Bam, bam, bam. That could be in my imagination, but did I just hear something? Oh, fuck. Oh, is this the Coco pathway? Oh, God. I gotta be careful not to get on the Coco pathway. Could be just my imagination, but I don't know which is correct. I'm pretty sure you have to do everything exactly right for the Coco route, so hopefully I can fuck up on purpose. Sounds like a pounding noise? Did you just hear something?
聞き間違いではないですか？
Sure you weren't imagining things?
このレミューでは水圧の関係で鉄の隔壁がゴトゴトとなるようなことは珍しくありませんから。
Due to all the water pressure here at Lemur, it isn't uncommon for the metal partitions to rattle occasionally. Yeah, it must have been just my imagination. Maybe it was just like Sora said, and Lemur's partitions were only creaking. Shaking it off, we kept trudging forward. Okay, I can skip again. I'm gonna have to be careful. I should have looked that up just to find out what not to say. Or what to say if I actually wanted to go on the Coco route. Speaking of which, though, actually, wait a second.
そうですね。すみません。私が至らないばか
That
り
sounds good, blah blah blah.
不便
Wait,
ですよ。
shut up.
くるよね。
Shut up. Coco's here now. So that's interesting. This is gonna somehow lead me on the Coco route, potentially, if I wanted to, as well. There's another way to do it, I mean. Not just from Kid's side, but from Takeshi's side. But Coco is up and about. Is that gonna be important at all? Is Coco being here gonna somehow help into me leading into that route? Interesting. Things to think about. Now I'm actually getting more and more curious about it and wanting to actually see it. But I want to do this first. You're coming, right? I mean, you're coming. Whatever. Maybe the banging noise was Coco. I guess that would make some sense. Oh! I remembered her tugging me along in the aquarium and running like the wind. Thanks for helping back there. What are you mad about? This question apparently doesn't matter. What are you mad about? You mad, bro? What are you mad about? Yeah, that choice doesn't matter. So these choices that don't matter at all surprise me. Oh, this choice matters, actually. Yeah, this is a choice that matters. So, I feel it's weird that not all choices matter. Like, some just appear just for flavor text, I guess? But I feel like, considering they're all just about triggering flags and not huge detrimental to the pathway, they could all potentially matter a little bit. But anyways, yeah, so we're basically like, what the fuck is Sora at this point? I thought that was something else. Assistant Chief, huh? What does Sora do? Assistant Chief, huh? Ups her. She wants us to say Assistant Chief, but I'm gonna say, I thought that was something else. That apparently miffs her for some reason. I guess she likes being thought of as the Assistant Chief. Or she likes being complimented. I guess she likes the idea because it humanizes her more. And me saying I thought that was something else is like, oh, it dehumanizes her, I suppose. Oh, hello, this matters again. It would be the equivalent of swimming a 15-story building. Yeah, so basically they're asking, do I think I could do it? Ultimately, the answer is, yeah, bitches, I can do it. But yeah, so, this actually does matter. And they ask me, am I satisfied with the explanation or unsatisfied with the explanation? This choice actually affects both of them. And they actually respond the same way. If you say you're satisfied with the explanation, they both get bumped up. If you say you're unsatisfied, they both don't get bumped up. So, we're gonna say we're unsatisfied to bump them both not up. So that, you know, I get to be difficult. I'm unsatisfied with the explanation? So I guess I did the Coco thing wrong on my first try? Because otherwise I probably would have seen another Coco choice by now. Possibly. I would assume, considering I'm already nearly halfway through the chart already. Well, kind of almost halfway. My as is usual with my writing, it's bigger on the top of the page and gets smaller and smaller the further I go to the bottom of the page because I want to save space. So I'm almost halfway through my little guide thing that I wrote for myself, but it's more like a third of the way because, you know, my writing got smaller and smaller. Okay, yeah, this is gonna matter. Alright, Sugumi wasn't inside or visible outside the room. She had left just before the pressurization protest. Where'd she go? when was Sora going to sleep? Okay, this one's pretty obvious, but yes. You're sleeping the night in the compression chamber. This is one of those choices, one of many, where, in fact, it's very often that the first choice will up Tsugumi and the second choice will up Sora. As you'll see as the game goes on, a lot of these choices, A always ups Tsugumi, B always ups Sora. Not always, but that's the norm. And so in this case, we're trying to not up Tsugumi as much as possible because we're going to pick her when we get to the penultimate choice of whose side to take, basically. So, when was Sora going to sleep? That is the one that ups Sora and not Tsugumi. So when was Sora going to sleep? Oh, I think this choice matters. Should you say something to Tsugumi in the control room? Well, right in front of the control room. I'm going to assume this is the choice. Talk to her or wait and see what she says. She was leaning against the wall, her arms facing down. And this is right in front of the control room. So I'm guessing this is the choice, even though we're not in the control room. Now, apparently, saying A gets you closer to her, so talk to her. Which makes sense, because a lot of the time you have to approach her. She's not going to approach you. That's just the kind of person she is. So I'm going to say choice B, because I don't want to up Tsugumi and say wait and see what she says. Oh. The choice showed up out of nowhere on me. I was actually perusing my guide, and this is the first time where I've been perusing my guide, and the choice shoved its face in my face. Shoved its face in my face. Face action. Let's make out. Choice. What? I think Tsugumi took off somewhere. Same old, same old. I turn my eyes to the 3 chicken sandwiches. What to do? Yes. So, do I look for Tsugumi to give a, you're gonna bring a chicken sandwich to somebody. Do we give it to Tsugumi or go see Sora in the control room? Of course, going for Tsugumi, up Tsugumi, going for Sora, up Sora. And as always, as usual, I should say, not always, A up Tsugumi, B up Sora, so we're gonna go for choice B. Oh, okay, here we go. And then Tsugumi is being all like, お願い And then,
たけし、あなたのことが、お願い。
Anyways, no, we're gonna look for Sora first, because as always, that's gonna up Sora. Again, Tsugumi A, Sora B, we go B. Oh, jeez. I don't know if this choice matters. I don't think it does. The choice I have written down is you're talking with Tsugumi. And then I'm supposed to say option B to be correct. I don't think this is the choice that they're talking about, but just to be safe, I'm gonna say option A. Oh. Do you know Archimedes' principle? This may also be... You see, I know what the next choice with Tsugumi is very clearly. This one I don't, though. I'm not sure which you're talking with Tsugumi it's referring to. So I'm just going to always assume it's this until I get to the choice that I know. Because the next choice is you're doing repairs in the generator room. Which way do you turn the valve? And this one is the only one where I wrote down it exactly to be clear. Counterclockwise, then clockwise is correct, so I'm going to do it the other way. You can go back and check my initial playthrough to see if I did it the right way. I don't know. Until then, I'm going to always assume the choice is you're talking with Tsugumi, and I'm supposed to say B, which means I'm going to say A. I know it. I'm a bitch. Oh, if this is the choice, and this is the one, then that's pretty interesting of Tsugumi, that she likes it when I say I don't know it. Ooh, so you like being a know-it-all, in this case, I guess. But I know it. Dang, you're annoying. That's probably why it downs her. Wow, because I say dang, you're annoying. What a douche, Takeshi. Okay, so, which way was I supposed to turn this again? So, we're doing controls in the room with the things and the valves. This is the only one where I actually wrote down what the actual response was, just to make it clear to myself. You're supposed to say counterclockwise, then clockwise. I want to say that's what I said in my initial pathway, so I did it good, but I'm going to do it wrong, of course, this time, because I have to. I'm going to say clockwise, then counterclockwise. They didn't actually say what it was, but I remember always thinking counterclockwise, then... I remember thinking as a rule, counterclockwise, then clockwise makes more sense. I don't know. Just, that's what things tend to be, but yeah. So we're going to say clockwise, then counterclockwise, so we're going to fuck up, so when the problem happens, it will be our fault, as opposed to the other alternate universe where I guess it wouldn't be our fault, but it would happen anyways, because Coco? Let's just blame Coco. Anyways, clockwise. I suppose to turn this clockwise, yeah. Yeah. And then turn the other one counterclockwise, because let's do all of the things incorrectly. Yeah. And we done fucked it up. Okay, here's the big question. This is the question that decides whether you're on the Sora route or the Tsugumi route. It really makes sense, but... And I really still believe Sora is being a pretty big bitch here. Like, yeah, Tsugumi is injured, she's in trouble, I want to stay by her side, and then Sora's coming to me and being like, I want to talk to you about something. It's a secret, and laughs a little. Yeah, no, this is not important. You can talk about this some other time. Of course, by saying don't go, you lock yourself on Tsugumi's route, and we've picked every choice we can to be either upping Sora and or downing Tsugumi, so we should be set to go on the bad ending. I still have the rest of the choices for now to make sure they're all incorrect as well, but I don't know how many need to be incorrect to be, you know, on the bad ending. Apparently I need less incorrect on Tsugumi's path than on Sora's, but I still want to make sure you get as many incorrect as possible. But yeah, Sora in general I think is just a bitch here. Like, it's pretty uncharacteristic, I guess. I don't know, but just she does not seem sensitive. That, or she's starting to show her jealous side, slash the side of her that really likes Takeshi, and is ignoring the fact that being a nice person would imply not doing this. But no, fuck you. I don't know. Don't go. We're gonna say don't go, because that sets us on the Tsugumi path. Don't go. Okay, this one should be interesting. Tsugumi finally wakes up. Tsugumi tried to get her up, but noticing her various IV cords, she frowned. She was alive. She was injured, but still breathing. Her life had been saved, and for that I was grateful. It was my fault. I was the one who caused her injury. Now you're supposed to say... You're supposed to say, I'm sorry, I apologize. I guess that's correct. I don't know. I remember her being a bitch even when I did apologize, but... I guess that's just because she's not great with people. Yeah. I can see why it's more confusing also to get Tsugumi's correct pathway, because she seems like the kind of person where she's kind of, you know, doesn't say anything, so maybe she'd like it if you said nothing back, but turns out no, she wants... I don't know if she wants it, but you wanting it is what gets you there. So, we're not gonna say anything, because that is the incorrect choice. Oh, jeez. Alright, I'll confess. Oh boy. Okay, so, yeah, this actually matters. Everybody asked where you went last night. If you say A, I went to see Tsugumi, that actually apparently does up Tsugumi. I said I went to the bathroom in my first pathway, because I was trying to dodge the subject, because that felt the most comfortable to me, but I guess it's good to be open. And of course, if you say I was meeting Sora, it ups Sora. And if you say I went to the bathroom, well, then you're just making a joke. Okay, you're listening to you tell a Greek myth. This also matters. Apparently, this is one where it's reversed for the first time in, like, all of them. And possibly the only time? No, there's one other time. There's arguably 2 other times? Or, no, there's 3 other... Whatever. The point is, this is the first time where picking B actually ups Tsugumi and picking A ups Sora. So... if you pick A, right happily ever after, it ups Sora, which makes sense, because, you know, she wants to have a real body and all that bullocks. And then watch silently makes sense for upping Tsugumi, because it makes you think about Tsugumi by watching silently and not getting in your peeve about it? And voicing disagreement apparently means nobody likes you. So, I guess there's no harm in saying right happily ever after. I don't have to reload the file or anything, because it's not like it'll be upping Tsugumi, it'll be upping Sora, which isn't that bad. So, right, happily ever after. Yay! Right, happily ever after. I applauded with them! Oh, no sarcasm at all. Sorry, I was doing sarcasm. Happily ever after, yay! Never knew you knew so much, you're so smart. Well, she drew up proudly. Oh, in a way you could say it ups Yu's route as well, if that's a thing. I know a little about myth and folklore, and the third eye, or at least I will in the future. The game is called Don't Push the Button, so I think if I push the button, bad things will happen. But anyways, yes, so... Sorry, I just had chips and I think they're giving me a cough attack. Anyways, should you push the elevator button, you're supposed to say A, which means I'm gonna say no. I guess if I say A, I don't know, I have a talk with Tsugumi or something? I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna push it. Don't push it. Oh, jeez. Where do you, Sora, and Tsugumi go? She's still in control. I spoke to her. As usual, Tsugumi was nowhere to be seen. Sandwich I left. Come to think of it, neither you, Sora, nor Tsugumi said a word to me all morning. I figured I would go search for them. Okay, so... Yes. So, for this case, if you pick B, the infirmary, that means, of course, you're thinking about Tsugumi, because that's where she should be. And if you pick A, the control room, you're thinking about Sora, because that's where she is a lot of the time. And if you're thinking about the security office, you're basically thinking about you, because that's where she goes to do her little hacking or whatever. And I mean, there isn't really a U pathway, but that's the only one we haven't done, and that's the one I can do to not go on either of their routes. So yes, the security office. Oh yes, I feel so vindicated. So this is the one where you either hit the kid or don't hit the kid. On my first playthrough, I hit the kid, and I remember feeling really bad about it afterwards for certain reasons. But it turns out Tsugumi was totally on board with that, because she gets upped if you hit him. So yeah, that's go me, I guess, for picking the right choice. She still chewed me out anyways, but it was for something unrelated to the frickin', you know. So yeah, let's not hit the kid, because that's what she wants me to do, because, you know, she's a terrible person. I'm a terrible person for hitting an innocent Kaburaki. Hey, I'm actually saying his name right, not Karabuki. Anyways, don't hit him. Alright, whom should you ask about opening the door to Himu? Alright, so this choice should probably be obvious, but if you ask Tsugumi, you up Tsugumi. If you ask Sora, you up Sora. And if you ask you, you up you, even though that's not really a thing, I guess. So, of course, we're going to ask you. Hey, you, is there any way to get around this? Where'd you go? Oh, right, she has the physical approach. Anyways. Alright, we've got to make a decision. And this is actually the final decision, believe it or not. This is, are we going to go into IBF or are we going to pussy out? Tsugumi wants you to say, wait just a second. Sora wants you to say, alright, we're going. Now, Sora, of course, wants you to say that to just, you know, she wants to get you to safety. Tsugumi... Maybe she wants to wait just a second because she left Chammy behind? Yeah, I think that would make sense. So she's like, wait just a second, we gotta save Chammy. Of course, we're gonna be on Sora's side, so we're gonna say side A. Alright, we're going. And this is the last choice, so from here on, I don't know how far until new ending territory, but yeah, we're going. Oh, a few more hours later, I think this is the ending. Okay, so, to give you an idea of what's happening here, Yoichi Tanaka just died. If that's still him in this pathway, I don't fucking know. I guess that's, fitting, maybe. Yeah, we had to find out as soon as possible. After searching again, the only thing we realized was that all the escape pods were gone. So, of course, in this pathway, I purposely didn't trigger any of Tsugumi's flags, but I did go on Tsugumi's route. Now, if I went on Sora's route, and I triggered enough of her flags, I would have went up to see Sora, and that's how that would have ended, and we would have ended in despair, and we would not have gotten Tsugumi's cure, because I didn't get close to Tsugumi. If I got Tsugumi's ending, I would get the cure, so either the cure or the Sora. This is neither going to try to save Sora, or getting the cure from Tsugumi. So, what happens now, as we wait the few hours? A few more hours later. But yeah, to give you an idea of exactly what so, our skipping cut off, we were quickly approaching the earliest estimate time for Lemur's Implosion, so yeah. A few more hours later, we tried everything. There was nothing we else could do to get out of here. Yes, bad grammar and all. There was no path left for us to take. Hit by that reality, all my remaining strength drained away. All I could do was watch the seconds on the clock slip by. Shon's condition had gotten worse, and he was sleeping in a capsule pod. We had tried contacting the outside using the communication lines. Oh, they even cut out the conversation you have outside, yeah. Normally you would go outside and talk to you privately or talk to Tsugumi privately, depending on which pathway you're on, but they don't even have that, because that's when Shonen and me collapse, but yeah. We had tried contacting the outside using the communication lines, but nothing had changed since we were at Lemur. All sonic and electrical communications were down. Every once in a while, static would come through the receiver from the outside, which meant that the lines were functioning, but the computer's connection software wasn't working. Communication software. We had been trapped here by a live itch pharmaceutical to hide the existence of IBF and its records from the outside world. Okay. I don't think that's really what happened, but sure, you can think that. Our reality was a nightmare. How I wished that it all had only been a long dream. Thinking that I closed my eyes slowly.
3 Minuten vor der Implosion.
Oh, at least get to hear this lovely German beautiful voice again, for at least once. 3 minutes until implosion. An announcement grated mechanically from the room speakers. I could hear sharp metallic sounds echoing from somewhere. Walls creaked ominously and the floor shook.
どうやら始まったみたい。
Looks like it started. And you bitch, you're gonna live through this, you fucking fuck. Wait, but it's not gonna destroy this place, right? This place is gonna be safe. So how are we gonna die? I'm assuming we're gonna die. But this place is gonna be secure, I believe. Well, we're gonna die from the virus, but Tsugumi's not. So that bitch is gonna live on, the fucking fuck. Tsugumi looked at the ceiling and murmured this, knowing she'd lived through it. Started?
あるいは終わり。
Or I guess you could say it's finished? Yeah, fuck you just a little bit. I mean, I guess I purposely didn't trigger any of your flags, but you still didn't seem to hate me in this pathway. Gosh. Wait a second, I'm on Tsugumi's route, so doesn't that mean I know about her cure virus? Wow, so I'm just an idiot for not asking her to try it. I mean, maybe I just don't believe it in this route. I don't know. I guess the blame is on both of us. I slightly forgive you, Tsugumi, slightly. You're more of a bitch in the Sora pathway, because in that pathway you very much kept it to yourself. In this pathway, at least, you did tell me, I just didn't believe you, I guess. Or I was too stupid to bring it up. Finished? I looked up at the ceiling. I couldn't see anything. The heavy reverberations were coming from somewhere far away in the water.
結局
In the end,
私の場所はここだったみたい。
it looks like this is my place. No, you're gonna live through it because you are... What is it? What is it that would live through an apocalypse? There's a certain insect. Cockroach? Is that it? You're a cockroach, Tsugumi. Good for you, I think. Tsugumi let those words fall from her lips without any expression.
つぐみ、何言ってるの？
What are you talking about?
場所って何？
Place? What place? From her spot on the floor, you raised your head feebly.
ずっと探していて、やっとたどり着いたのよ。
Been searching for so long now I finally found it. What, the place to die? Even though it's not gonna happen.
ここが私の
This is my
死に場所だった。
place to die. Tsugumi stood unsteadily. What, are you gonna pretend like you're infected by Kira or something? She dragged her right leg. Yeah, as if. What, so wait, are you still... Are you pretending, or is there actually a problem with your right leg now? A temporary problem? I don't know. Because even if there was, it would fix itself again in no time anyways. I don't know. Tsugumi, what happened to your leg?
ああ、これ？
Oh, this? Ellipses? Wait, did we never... No, we still confronted her in this timeline and found that she cured super quickly. Tsugumi looked at her leg as if it was the first time that she had noticed.
なんともないはずだったのにね。
Really wasn't anything. Uh-huh, but you're dragging it.
何があっても自分は死ねないと思ってたんだけ
I kept telling myself I couldn't die no matter what.
ど、それもまた間違いだったのかもしれない。
Looks like I was wrong again. I think you're bullshitting.
2 Minuten vor der Implosion.
I think she's bullshitting because she's bad with people and doesn't want it to be awkward when everyone dies and she lives. Or maybe she thinks she will die by getting drowned out, but doesn't realize the water isn't going to come in here, so she's going to live and they're going to die. Anyways, 2 minutes before implosion. Implosion! Dragging her leg, Tsugumi hobbled toward the door. Getting out of here? Oh, maybe you do have to save Chami, though. That's possible. Which means you might get flooded if you actually go up there. Tsugumi. Also, did you never go to save Chami already, though? Because it seems like you only do that in the Tsugumi route. I don't fucking know. Wait! I tried to chase after her, but tripped awkwardly. My hands hit the floor. When I tried to stand, I fell to the floor again. My legs wouldn't move as I wanted. Sputtered on the floor, my whole body was numb and I couldn't move. Ellipses! Exclamation mark, question point! Question point? Question mark. What's happening to me? Ellipses. Ellipses? Ellipses! Hooah! I started coughing suddenly. Put my hand to my mouth. Moving it slowly. There's blood everywhere. Notice my palm is sticky with blood. Tsugumi, where are you going? My vision began to grow dim. The distance separating us became distorted. Ellipses.
さあ
Who knows? You don't know, but you're not gonna die here. You think you are, but you're not. I mean, unless you willingly go drown in the water. You'll be like drowning forever or something. I don't think you'll ever actually die. I don't know how cure works. Tsugumi tilted her head.
仲間ごっこってのもそんなに悪いもんじゃなかったけど
Pretending to be friends wasn't so bad, but, demo. Actually, did you say demo? Oh, I can't, that's right, you can't check until you get to the next line. She opened up the flood hatch and went to the infirmary. I want to hear, did you say demo? You better have said demo. Give me my demo.
仲間ごっこってのもそんなに悪いもんじゃなかったけど
I didn't hear a demo in there, you freaking liar. You can't say but without a demo.
もう会うこともないでしょ
This is probably the last time we'll see each other. Her outline seemed to flicker faintly. This would probably actually be a really mysterious ending if you got this when you were trying to go on the Sora route, so you didn't learn about Tsugumi's cure thing. Wait, no, you still learn about it though, don't you? Or you only learn partially about it? Yeah, you only learn partially about it if you go on Sora's route. Bleh, you don't learn fully about it, that's right. That would make this extra mysterious, but that would be it'd probably be very awkward to go on Sora's route and not get it, because apparently it's very hard to not get Sora's if you go on her side. Or at least it's harder than for Tsugumi.
じゃあね
Goodbye. Oh, now you bring back the sexy talk. Now I can hear the sexy in her voice. Of course. Tsugumi walked down the hallway. I lost sight of her. She closed the hatch from the outside. She turned the handle so I knew that the door was sealed. In that instant, I heard the terrible roar of water from the passageway on the other side of the wall. But water isn't going to break in here. Not in IBF. Watertight hatch groaned and buckled under the tremendous force of the water, but somehow withstood the pressure. Well, yeah. Tsugumi!
Tsugumi!
Oh, and Yu's here too.
Eine Minute Vorsicht Implosion
Implosion! Ugh! Most annoying sound in the world. The alarm from the pod's control panel started shrieking a high-pitching warning. I turned my head to look over at the source of the noise. The vital signs, which should have been displayed on the monitor, were no longer moving. Oh! Kid's dead, holy fuck. That's, Rip Kaburaki. Rip Kaburaki X-Code. At least they get to die together, question mark. Shonen, no! The alarm wouldn't stop. Its cold, flat tone drowned out the silence. The lines were moving. No heartbeat, no breathing, nothing. It can't be! Look, this also feels like a more ending than Mayo's ending. So yeah, Mayo's ending was just the shortest end of the stick, it feels. The shortest and easiest one to get. Anyways, it can't be. It's gotta be wrong! So what's gonna happen with you, Yu? Mm-hmm. Somebody tell me this is all just a bad joke. I guess I could tell you that. I'd be wrong, but I could. I could give you some lovin' just at the very end, maybe? A slight Takeshi Yuharu thing, just for a little bit? Takeshi. Tell me it's a lie! Lying flat on the floor, you started sobbing. The terrible roaring from overhead gradually became louder. It seemed as if the whole floor were trembling. Ignoring the complaints from my body, I used the rest of my stomach to pull myself close to you. Takeshi, where are you? Can't see me? I'm right here, baby. I'm here. Where are you? Give me your hand. gosh. We're failing to save you in both Yu's ending and Takeshi's ending. It's only Mayo's ending that we fail to save Mayo, so I guess Yu just gets a double dose. I mean, it's two different Yus, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. The floor was wet with blood. Oh. I somehow slid my arm over to her. Both of Yu's hands took my right hand, closely around it gently. Oh, Yuharu! But she's best girl. Her small hands were icy cold. Takashi. You came crawling over to me, pulling closer, the hand in her grasp. She hugged my hand close and held it to her chest. Oh yeah, I get to cop a feel. Sorry, bad time. Squeezing it closely, firmly. Palm of my hand covered her chest. I hate this. Yeah, I hate it too. But I gotta show the endings. Also, I guess this was the picture of Yu I was missing. That's right. There was only one picture I was missing, I believe, and it was a Yu picture. So that would be this. Ouch. It's so cold. Oh, this feels a lot more sad than the Yu bad ending. Because the Yu bad ending, they just drown and it's over pretty quickly. I mean, it's sad, but it's not drawn out like this. And the Mayo ending is also drowning. This is the saddest one. Aww. I don't want to die. Yu's body was starting to shake. I could tell from my hand pressed against her, she was rapidly losing energy. Takeshi? My heart? My heart feels like it's gonna burst. Her skin and clothes were freezing cold. Stark contrast to the red, which would make you think of hot. The only place where warmth remained was her chest, where our hands were touching. Yu's heart was beating so hard it felt like it would explode. I'm scared. Help me. I guess it's a bit late for a declaration of protection from Takeshi, huh? Help me, Takeshi. Her voice was getting hoarse, and she was having trouble breathing. I couldn't move anymore either. I tried to breathe to comfort her, but all that came from my mouth were red drops of blood. Extending my fingers toward Yu, I ran them over her body to check if she was still alive. It hurts. Her whole body was racked with spasms. Her frame bent, twitching backwards. But soon even her shaking became weaker. She became colder and colder with each passing moment. Only her heart remained beating ferociously. It sounded far away, as though it could almost be my imagination. At least you'll die with a smile? Takeshi? It really is off-putting when they say the last name, and then the text says the first name, or vice versa. I'm not a huge fan of that, but whatever. Oh jeez. You probably didn't feel anything about me, but... Her voice was devoid of strength. A single tear followed these words. But... I also don't hear a demo from you either. I really liked? Who? Who did you like? I'm just kidding, I know who she liked. Yeah, I thought this is what this was gonna be. Yuharu confessing to me. It's so sad! Cause, I was looking on Ever 17 and TV Tropes. I saw something I think that had briefly mentioned that or something. But, it's kind of fitting. Because, again, there's a lot of choices are about between Sora and Tsugumi. But generally when there's a third choice that's not Sora or Tsugumi, it's going on the Yu route that doesn't really exist. And it's so sad because when you go on the true ending, Yuharu, I mean, I guess you could pair the spares and say she ends up with Karabuki. But I heard that apparently in there was some kind of extra material that paired the spares, paired Karabuki with Sora, and if that's the case, Yuharu would be super alone, which sucks, because in my opinion, she is best girl. I mean, Yuaki I like too. I like the name Akikana more than the Harukana, but Harukana is probably my favorite character in the game, so it's sad that she doesn't... the only ending where she gets to have any kind of love is the one where she has a terribly horrible bad ending and dies. It's sad. Yu's heart made one last frantic burst. And after that, I heard nothing. The warmth of her hand was totally gone. The beating of her heart lost forever. In that moment, my vision went red. Panicking, I wiped my face with my hands. Red. Everything was red. I couldn't see anything. All I could feel was slippery warmth. My face was pressed into the floor so hard that I thought I would become part of it. My breathing had stopped. I couldn't move. I couldn't support myself. The floor was cold and hard. My body stiffened and became cold as well. My consciousness faded, disappearing. And, from somewhere, the crackling sound of the communication lines faded away. That was the last sound I heard. This is not happy end. Oh yeah, that's so sad. And yeah, this one and the bad ending for you. You and Yu's bad. Yuaki and Yuharu's bad endings are both well done, I think. Mine bad ending, from what I remember, was kind of weak. I don't remember. I don't remember it being anything special. But yeah. Actually, the story is kind of at an end, because I've now seen all the endings. Although, I was thinking about this off screen, and I think I've decided that yes, I will go ahead and go through what it's like to do Coco's route, the beginning of it, if you play as Takeshi. Only the beginning of it, and there's only a few choices that matter, and it only goes up to day 2, so it should be pretty quick. I have the choices written down, actually. But yeah, that was the third of 3 endings, and now if we go to Special, and we go to, where is it? Album and Wallpaper? Yeah, we just got, this is Happy End? Yeah. Shame. I like you. I like you. Yeah. And our clear list will be all scenes completed 125 of 126. That's interesting. I mean, what's left in here? Let's see here. If I scroll through this. Oh, sorry, not this. This one. If I scroll through this, anything missing? Yeah, I believe that's a Takeshi scene, like if you go on the Takeshi Coco route. And then, actually, are we missing a album wallpaper for Coco? I don't think so. No, we're not. Are we missing an album wallpaper for anyone? Oh, apparently we are missing 2 of them. Alright then, in that case, sure, I'll go ahead and show you what it's like if you go on Takeshi's side. We'll just go quickly through this. Start shortcut from Takeshi's, May 1st Takeshi's perspective. It's a shame you can't go May 1st. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. May 1st Takeshi's. Boom. Okay, here we go. Bam, bam, bam. This is the first choice. It could be my imagination, but did I just hear something? And this is obviously the correct one, because I was right in picking the wrong one first. Yay me. Did I just hear something? Did you just hear something? I stopped and asked the 2 of them. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? You didn't just hear a kind of pounding noise? No.
聞き間違いではないですか?
You sure you aren't mistaken?
このレミューでは水圧の関係で鉄の隔壁がゴトゴトとなるようなことは珍しくありませんから。
Due to all the water pressure here at Lemur, it isn't uncommon for the metal partitions to rattle on occasion. No, it didn't sound like that. It sounded like someone pounding on something with their hand. Huh? Huh? I'm gonna go check.
では私もご一緒します。
Alright, we'll go with you. Girl didn't say anything, she just silently tagged along with us. Oh, you mean Tsugumi? In front of the jellyfish gondola. We're pretty sure this is new. Bam, 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 bam. There, you can hear it, right?
ええ
Yeah.
つまり私たち以外にも閉じ込められた人が
There's someone else trapped here too. Oh? We strained our ears to find where the sound was coming from. It seemed to come from the elevator area right behind us. The three of us, myself and the other two girls, ran as fast as we could over the area. Okay. Interesting. When we played as Shonen, we eventually got a flash to, I think, saving Coco in the elevator, but we never actually did that. We only saved Mayo in the elevator, and he was tricking himself into thinking he saved Coco. But I guess he was somehow remembering the side where you choose to play as Takeshi, which I didn't bother doing because I didn't realize it was a thing. I thought you just triggered it on Shonen's side. But okay, so this is when she's actually trapped and we actually save her with Takeshi. So does that canonically happen? I guess in the true ending that canonically happens, so instead of you and Kabaraki saving her and then meeting up with us over there, we just save her. Interesting. Somebody! Up, and that's Maya's voice. All echoey like that. And I can hear her because I am her... What's it called? Oba-chan? No, Oba's like grandma or grandpa. Is there anyone there? Anyone? And now we can, yeah, it was, the echoing would have helped when we were playing the Shonen, just knowing that anytime there was echoing, it was Coco. I mean, eventually I learned to differentiate the voices, but yeah. Two female voices were coming from inside the elevator. So, it's, very interesting that, how that overlap happens, because it's like they make this big overlap of Coco and Mayo, but really, again, they're not connected at all. I think I brought that up in, like, towards the end of the LP initially, in the epilogue, but yeah, they're about as unconnected as they can be, as you would think they'd be, especially compared to what you'd think they'd be. The three of us looked at each other and nodded, but I'm guessing they only hear the one voice as well, and I hear it because, Blickwinkle is with Takeshi, and he's, I don't know, I don't remember, like, is this actually Takeshi's point of view, or is this Blickwinkle's? Because Blickwinkle is, I don't fucking know, Blickwinkle's a bunch of baloney. Can you hear us? Yeah, I can hear you! This is new. Hang on, we'll get you out. Onegaishimasu, please! Thank goodness. I didn't think anyone would come to help, so when are we going to meet you and Shonen? The voice that answered seemed to be in good spirits. Whoever it was didn't sound like they were weak or injured. Well, I think she's kind of weak, and she will be injured. I placed both of my hands firmly on the door and pried it apart with all my strength. Door opened. On the other side of the door, there was nothing. The lift, or at least the part that people were riding, hadn't stopped directly on the floor. I looked down at my feet. Here's where we get the image. I spotted a circular floor slightly below in the darkness. No, I realized that wasn't the floor. It was the roof of the trapped elevator. I was a little more than 6 feet from where I was standing. Next to I stepped forward. I looked up. Oh, jeez. Really, looking up is correct, apparently. And apparently you have to do all of these right. If you do any one of these wrong, you don't go on the Coco route. Even this feels substantially separate from the way we would normally play through the route. At this point I think there'd be no going back, but apparently you're supposed to look up, even though this is something I might have gotten wrong. I think I would have instinctually stepped forward, like, you know, because the text is saying, oh, what, do I step forward and I fall to my death? I don't know. If I was being absent-minded especially, I probably would have stepped forward, but sure, I'll look up. If anything, looking up is looking away from Coco, because I thought Coco was below, not above. But whatever, I'll look up. I looked up. The thick pikes extended vertically with what looked like 4 rails attached to their side. It seemed that the elevator used these rails to move up and down. Come to think of it, I didn't see any trace of cables or wires that you might expect in an elevator. Which meant that the elevator wasn't using pulleys to go up and down. Craning my head to get a better look, I gazed further up the shaft to see where the pipe went. There wasn't any lighting, but enough light poured through from behind me that I could get a vague sense of the outline. Pipes ended partway up, as did the rails. Where they ended, they were covered by some kind of heavy partition. Partition? Maybe it's a watertight door. Indeed, that's how the different sectors don't flood each other up, which we will have learned later in the game, I guess, more or less. And I'll even eat a shit. A section of the pipe had been closed off probably to prevent seawater from flooding in. Off to probably to prevent set. Yeah, sure. Notice anything else? How do you get a ladder attached to the wall? Meaning, the only way down is to jump. So I guess if I step forward, I would fall? So apparently, stepping forward puts you on the wrong path. That seems very weird. I leapt out into the void. To the void! Landing impressively. Maybe if I tried to step forward, Sora or Sugumi would stop me because they'd see, no, you idiot, you have to... Anyways. At least that was my intention. Wham! Ugh! Struck my knee painfully. Are you alright? Hear a voice from below. You hurt yourself? And now a voice from above. And a voice from above. And up from the other side of the square frame with the elevator doors, the female park employee had a worried expression on her face. Yeah, sure, I'm fine, just fine. I'm Daijobu. I replied while rubbing my knee. It's been a long time since I jumped out from a height greater than my own. Maybe not since elementary school. And since elementary school, you'd probably grown, so height that's greater than your own is increased. As I stood there thinking that... Hold on, I'll get you out of there. Okay. I opened up the small door set into the ceiling of the elevator. And finally we get this image. Thank you so much! I looked at the girl inside. Her face was one big smile. She was clearly happy she was about to be freed. Huh? I think I've seen this girl somewhere before. Yep. Ah! The American joke girl. You're that girl from before. You're the guy from before. Girl and I pointed at each other and froze. And there's the dog. Ruff. Spotted the scruffy face of the dog circling around her feet. Popo. No, it's Pee-Pee. Well, maybe at least Yu-Haru could be OTP with Pee-Pee. At least for a while, until Coco steals it back. Well, wait. If Coco ends up being OTP with Pee-Pee, though, then maybe Blickwinkle really can be OTP with Yu-Haru. Maybe, and if Blickwinkle is me, then I am A-okay. What? Yeah. Name's not Popo. This little guy's name is Pee-Pee, and my name's Coco. Try not to mix them up, okay? Pee-Pee and Coco. That's right, Popo and Kiki. This was the dog that had clamped onto that mascot Mew Mew's tail up at the floating island, and his owner. What are you doing there? Here. Everywhere. What do you expect me to say to that? I was trying to go to one of the lower levels and all of a sudden this escalator stopped and... elevator, not escalator. Oh, were you trying to get down to IBF or something? See your father? Do you even know your way around here? Nah. This isn't an escalator, it's an elevator, alright? Oops, I mean evelator, okay? No. No, not evelator, elevator! If you're on a moving staircase, that's called an escalator. And if you're in a box that goes up and down, now that's an elevator. Try not to mix them up. It came back. Ellipses. Does it really matter? Does your name really matter? I thought so. Anyway, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was trapped in this box. Really? It had been the same with me. It would have been a little earlier that I've been trapped in another elevator. Hey? kind of like to get out of here soon. Coco gave me an imploring look. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that and got down on my stomach from atop the elevator. The elevator! I leaned down from the small hole and stuck my hand out to Coco.
先にピピをお願い。
Please help Pee-Pee first. Coco held Pee-Pee up to me, stretching as far as she could to make him reach. I grabbed onto Pee-Pee's front legs and pulled him out from the hole in the ceiling. Pee-Pee sniffed for my scent. Ew. Okay, next it's your turn, Coco. Stuck in my hand again. Yeah, wah. Coco jumped over and over, reaching out for my hand. Either she was too short or just had a terrible jump because she didn't even reach my fingertips. That reminds me. The position I was in, arms hanging down, I looked around the elevator. I realized that nobody was in there but Coco. Yeah, there was no Mayo. No mistake. That's strange. I could have sworn I had heard 2 people in there. She's just still jumping.
もうちょっとなんだけどな。
Just a little bit farther. I say farther. I guess further works, but I tend to say farther. Is that a Canadian thing? I don't know. Coco was still jumping. You hop, I hop, we all hop, I hop. What? Hey, Coco. Yeah? Pee-Pee can't speak, English, right?
当たり前じゃない。
Of course not.
ピピ語しか喋れないよ。
He only speaks Pee-Pee-ish. Sure. Pee-Pee, Pee-Pee. Pee-Pee barked into my ear. That's what I thought.
どうしたの？
Why do you ask? Well, earlier I could have sworn I heard 2 voices coming from this elevator.
二人？
2?
この中にはずっとココとピピしかいなかったよ。
This whole time it's only been Pee-Pee and me in here. Yeah, I can tell from looking. Maybe the next elevator over? Coco looked puzzled. Oh, whatever. Anyway, before I take care of that, we gotta get you out of here. I started jumping again.
とり
Toria!
うりゃ
Uyo!
えい
Hey!
や
Ah!
あちょ
Achoo? Maybe we should get someone to actually go down there and help her up.
助かりました。
I guess it just worked out. That was close.
どうもありがとうございます。
You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Coco shook my hand purposefully, or profusely. Same thing.
ところで、この方たちは？
Who are these people? Oh, well, this is the bitch formerly known as Tsugumi, and this is, AI. You know, Sora Kazak. Coco looked back and forth between the faces of a female park employee and the girl in black clothing.
私は茜ヶ崎空です。
My name is Sora Kanagazaki.
覚えていらっしゃいませんか？
Do you remember me?
はあ、入場ゲートで説明してたあのお姉さんか。
You're that lady who was giving explanations at the entrance.
はい。
Yes.
私の名前は
My name is...
存じております。
I know.
八神ココさんですね。
Coco Yagami, correct?
どう
Huh?
して知ってるの？
How'd you know?
八神ココですって元気よく答えてくださったじゃないですか。
I do remember that, actually. You were so enthusiastic when you replied to me, I'm Coco Yagami. Or Yagami Coco.
そうだったっけ？
Oh, yeah! Coco, you're still the only character in this game who ever used for as death for. You know, ich ni sa shi instead of ich ni sa ya. And apparently that never meant anything. You clearly should have. It seemed like to be some evil mastermind, but you were just a crazy person.
ちゃんと覚えててくれたんだ。
You remembered?
記憶力はいい方ですから。
I have a good memory. You could say it's photogenic or, you know, generated, you know, genetic, generated by a computer because AI.
この子犬の名前もわかりますよ。ピピでしたよね。
I also remember your dog's name, Pee-Pee, wasn't it? Woof.
で、あなたは？
And you are? Coco turned to the girl in black clothing. Ellipses. Woof, woof, woof. Shaking his tail excitedly, for some reason, Pee-Pee launched onto the girl's skirt. Oh.
ん？
Eh?
ひょっとするとあのレミュールの着ぐるみを着てた
Oh, jeez! Wait, we actually get to find out at this point? Did Takeshi actually know way back then? In the true ending, he actually knew that far back, but we never got... I wondered, it seemed weird that he never actually reacted to it, to Tsugumi being the person in the costume, because she was the one who punched him out. So he actually did have a reaction to it way back here, and we just didn't see it if we don't go into Takeshi's side? How much important stuff is going to be allocated? I'm glad I'm recording this. This is important stuff. First, he was wearing the lemur costume. Ellipses.
ねえ、そうでしょ？
You are, aren't you?
っていうか、絶対そうだよ。間違いない。
I know it, you've gotta be.
その声、聞き覚えあるもん。
I remember your voice. I do too. It was very, deep and sexy.
どうでもいいけど、この子犬なんとかしてくれない？
Whatever, I don't really care about that, but can you do something about this mutt? Is Takeshi gonna react to that at all? Girl dropped her cutting gaze to Peepee, who is busily gnawing on the edge of her skirt.
あ、ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. Because Peepee did that with the costume as well, so I guess Peepee just likes the smell/taste of the costume. But it's a robot dog, so exactly what is in that costume that has the programming of the dog want to bite it? Weird. Coco scooped up Peepee and rapped him lightly on the head.
こら、そんなことしちゃダメでしょ？
Bad dog, you know better than to do that. Does it really? I don't think he does. Hey, how about my name? You don't want to know? You're not even gonna react? What? To Tsugumi being in the freaking costume? I would think you'd have some reaction. This is lame. I feel cheated. Asked as I twirled Peepee's tail around my finger.
だって知ってるもん。
I already know what it is.
倉成武史でしょ？
Kurinari Tekka Pion. And remember your own nicknames from the future, Coco. Gosh, get on my level. Coco said this with a grin on her face. When did I introduce myself? Bugged me that she knew, but oh well. It wasn't really a big deal.
ところで、
By the
言
way,
いたいことがあるんだけど。
got something I want to ask. Hmm? Hmm?
他のみんなは一体どこに行っちゃったの？
Where did everyone else go? While we were walking, Sora gave Coco a brief explanation on the chain of events leading up to here. Power failure, the alarms going off, how we all failed to get out in time, and of course the flooding, everything.
浸水事故？
Flooding?
それって海の水がレミューの中に流れ込んできたってこと？
Yeah, I went like whoosh. Water from the ocean came gushing into Lemur? Taken off guard, Coco looked as if she'd been gut punched. Kinda like how I was, by Tsugumi, in the Tanuki suit, which we're still not bringing up. Wasn't surprising. Not many people would calmly reply, "Oh really?" when notified they had just missed a massive flood. Actually, the fact that our group was able to act as calmly as it did seem fairly unusual. Humans may be surprisingly resilient animals. Well, one of us is crazy, one of us has cure, and the other's not really a human, so you're the only normal person here, I guess. And one's life was on the line, people who had the ability to keep level-headed and think the situation through to the next step. For time immemorial, only people with these traits survive to see their children and children's children. And children's 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 children, because you have cure and will live forever, potentially, maybe. Unless you're like Saiyans, where you just stay young until you're like 300 years old, and then age to your death almost instantly or something. I heard that's how Saiyans work in Dragon Ball. I don't remember, something like that. It occurred to me then. At the same time, for some reason, my chest was pounding as I looked at the three girls. I'm the only guy here. The rest are girls. Yeah, it's almost like it's a visual novel where you have to take lady pathways. Can't mess things up. I gotta keep it together no matter what. As the only man here, it's my responsibility to protect the three of them. It's a simple, old-fashioned, and maybe moldy, petrified way of thinking, but at that moment it was simply how I felt. Men protect women. I was able to keep rational precisely because that sense of righteousness drove my actions to an almost embarrassing degree. Almost embarrassing? Come on, if you're gonna go almost, go all the way, man. No shame. Alright, now we run to you and Shonen. While I was thinking about these trivial things, we changed location completely. Dolphin Carousel, suddenly... Oh. Sora raised her voice in alarm. What is it?
誰かこちらに来ます。
That's interesting. Just wanted to point out we were just at the scene where I heard Coco talking to Shonen from the other timeline, or from the future, whatever. And Takeshi just ran in on that. And I thought that might have had a change, but no, apparently not. That seems like the the scene that's most indicative of Coco's connection to Shonen and/or Blickwinkle, so it's kind of surprising that that's not altered at all. Anyways, moving on.
ココ、頭痛くない？
Oh, this is apparently new. Oh, yeah, so Coco's feeling bad. Was it like this in normal pathway? This is about when we're about to go to sleep, so... I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure what the choices are in this, as opposed to when I was going through the Tsugumi Sora thing, because there, like for this, I didn't even write down the questions. All I wrote down is the answers, because every answer is important, so... And I know what all the questions are going to be new. But I couldn't do that with Tsugumi and Sora, since there was a lot of questions that didn't matter, so... So I had to write down the questions, otherwise I wouldn't know which questions mattered and which didn't. But anyways, yeah, so Coco's not feeling great. Do you have a headache?
少し痛い。
Yeah, a bit.
フラフラ。
Feel kind of dizzy.
で、ブラブラ動かしたら痛い？
What if you swing your arms around? Does that hurt?
ちょっとだけ。
Just a little? Looked like it hurt more than just a little.
フロアの急激な減圧による減圧症の疑いがあります。
Yeah. Either sudden loss of pressure on the floor, suspect it might be decompression sickness.
そうね。
Could well be. Oh, jeez. What? The fuck is this? Oh, shit. Decompression sickness, what is that? Is it really a decompression sickness? Fuck. There should be a choice C. Alright, guys, to understand what I'm going through here, I have the answers written down as being B, B, C, A, A. I've already done 2 choices that have been Coco specific, so we should be on C, but there's no third choice. What that means, oh fuck, I hope I don't fuck this up. What that means is, some choices apparently don't matter. It should be okay. All I have to do is keep picking B until I get to an option with 3 choices, and then pick C, and then after that keep picking A, and hopefully we'll be okay. Otherwise, use common sense to maybe try to be careful about things, but I'm gonna pick B. I'm not sure, again, so maybe that last choice we're looking up didn't matter. I could see why it wouldn't matter, whereas this one might matter. Decompression sickness, what is that? Is it really a decompression sickness? Am I maybe thinking that it has to do with her being stuck in the pod in the future or something? I don't think so, but I don't know. Is it really a decompression sickness? Wait a minute. Huh? Huh? Really think this is a decompression sickness?
Huh?
What?
それはどういう意味でしょ
What
う？
exactly do you mean? I mean, well, you know, it might be something else. You know, I just kind of thought,
じゃあクラナリはどんな病気だと？
okay, wise guy, what do you think she's got? God, I got no idea. How should I know? It's just, you know, aren't the symptoms different?
クラナリさんは
Symptoms?
医学の知識をお持ちなのですか？
Do you have any specialized knowledge about medical matters, Takeshi? Nope, not at all. Not a clue. But, I'm just kind of worried. You and Sora tilted their heads curiously. Shonen, his face anxious, was holding Pee-Pee. Oh yeah, because he likes Coco. Maybe we're going to see a bit more of that in this little bit of Takeshi's early bit. Maybe. Coco was clearly exhausted and it looked hard for her to stand. Oh, okay, this matters. Where did Tsugumi go? When was Sora going to sleep? Maybe Coco had some other illness after all. Okay, yeah, so this is when you pick C. I mean, this much is obvious, but technically I've already picked where did Tsugumi go and when was Sora going to sleep. But I guess it's technically a new choice because there is an extra option added, so yes. Maybe Coco had some other illness. So after this, I picked nothing but A's, I think. I hope. Anyways, maybe Coco had some other illness after all. Maybe Coco had something else after all. I couldn't help that doubt from floating around my head. I stole a glance at Coco's face. She looked so calm while sleeping. 2 hours since we started repressurization. She was recovering well, just as Sora had said she would. I must have just been the bends after all. That is, I had it wrong all along. Even so, I couldn't help noticing a strange and uneasy feeling rising in me. What was going on? Why was I so convinced that she had some other illness from the start? Teeth blow. That's why. Couldn't figure it out at all. Of course, because, you know, I guess you also have a connection to Blinkwinkle and you know that she has teeth blow. And you get teeth blow for a while before it really shows itself. Because she was just down at IVF and met up with her father, where I guess she got infected, and now she's infecting all of us. The bitch! I mean, unknowingly, but still. It's just that something, I don't know what, kept whispering in my ear. It's called a Blickwinkle. This is no good, this is no good. Maybe I was just too tired. I crouched next to her and patted Coco's soft hair. My eyelids were weighty. Still, even so, today really was an eventful day. With that, I fell asleep.
誰かが私を見る
Uh-huh. Okay, new stuff. Wow, I had to actually quite a while to get some new stuff here. Oh, this is the part actually... Oh, gosh. I'm only seeing when someone looks at me. What? I mean, that I cease to exist when no one is looking. For example, if all 5 of you were here and you all closed your eyes at once, this is more or less the final choice for Shonen. Apparently the second last choice for Takeshi. The one I fucked up is Shonen, because I decided to be a good person. Apparently that's incorrect. As far as I'm concerned, I was doing the nice thing, and it didn't work out, I guess. Yeah, okay. This seems to be a choice for Takeshi as well as Shonen. Interesting. Someone sees me. Or what? At that moment, I would cease to exist.
その行為があって初めて私は姿を現すことができる
That actually allows me to manifest myself for the first time, yeah.
視線
Well, that eye, the visual
誰かの
points.
視線が
So now the eye actually creates me. Just get to the
あな
choice.
たが目を閉じた時
Close your eyes and disappear.
私は消えてなくなるんです
I mean, I kind of want her to not disappear, which is why I said not to try it. But no, you're supposed to try it, so try it. When I close my eyes, eyelids halfway. Indeed. Instantly saw her vanish. Can I skip this? No, I can't. Even though I've seen it as Shonen, I just haven't seen it as Takeshi, even though it seems to be exactly the same thing. I saw someone. There's apparently one more choice who still matters. Is this going to be Coco? Who's that? Oh, I was curious. I didn't really care. Of course I was curious. Well, this one's obvious. This is the final choice, apparently. And this is going to somehow lead this and Shonen's into intersecting. So I'm pretty sure I have a good enough memory to know when they intersect. But if not, I'll stop myself at some point afterwards and be like, oh shit, I know I've gone too far. I was curious. I was curious, so I ducked inside the room with the ruins. Okay, that's the last choice. I'm gonna put my sheet away. Ugh. It turned out the figures in the room were you and Coco. Interesting. You had been leaning up against the stone wall. The palm of you's hand was some kind of journal or notebook. She had it opened and was staring at a page. Coco was standing next to her, busily peering over the shoulder. So, the girl whose father dies at the end of the pathway, and the girl whose father you think dies until you find out didn't actually. Probably did, just off screen. Two of them were flush up against one another, speaking in 2- and 3-word sentences. They looked like they were having fun. Oh, there's actually 3 of them. Woof, woof, woof. Out of nowhere, Pee-Pee appeared to her and rushed up to my legs. I lifted up, sopping wet Pee-Pee. Went over to stand by the 2 girls. What you looking at? I stood beside them and asked. You and Coco looked up and noticed me.
お写真見てたの
We were looking at these Pee-Pee pictures. Pictures?
見たい
Want to see them? Sure. This is new. Sure.
じゃあ見せてあげよ
I'll show you. Baby pictures or something? You handed over to me was neither a journal nor a notebook. It was a single file. Wait, is this file going to be somehow related to the clue in the freaking Shonen pathway with the autumn book thing? Doop, 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 doop. I mean, maybe? I don't know. Wouldn't really help you because you would have needed to get that hint right in the first place to get one of the good endings, which would have been required to get the Coco ending. But anyways. One small enough to fit in the palm of the hand. It was already open and had several pictures taken from an instant camera stuffed between the pages. Okay. Oh, that's right. I wanted to bring up something that I was thinking about while I was mashing through a bunch of text. Even though it turned out that Kaburaki ended up liking Coco and not Yuharu, if Kaburaki had liked Yuharu, that would give a new twist on the time where he's asleep and sleep talking. He's like, used body. Something interesting to think about.
うこれこれブサイクでしょ泣いちゃった後だから
Oh geez, here it is. It's hideous, right? I've been crying and crying. Hideous? Crying and crying? Was it you after you got rejected by your first crush or something? Oh gosh, that would make it extra sad that you just never ever finds love ever. So much of Yu's history was there. Smiling faces, sad faces, silly faces, surprised faces, even shy faces. There were girlfriends, boyfriends, teachers, people, afternoons, nights, good times and hard times. Well, boyfriends, sure. Girlfriends too? I mean, I could see it, but maybe Yuharu's a bit of a player. Maybe Aki's more of a, destined someone kind of person, but Yuharu, if she knew that she had a life expectancy that was kind of short, I could see her, you know, playing the field, as it were. I don't know. I guess that's one way to look at it. Wow. Thinking of Yu Haru as a player, especially when you think of the older self, where she's got the lab coat and stuff, and... This album probably been with used things from the changing room.
みんな今頃何してるのかな
You murmured softly to herself. She flipped through the pages. Oh, that's great. Wonder what everyone is doing right about now.
私のこともしかして心配してくれてたりするのかな
Do any of these people ever worry about me? Noopsies.
そうだ
Oh yeah.
タケピョンはさママとパパと一緒に住んでるの
Do you live with your mom and dad, Takapion? I definitely don't live with my friends, I can tell you that much. And if I did, then, rip. Eh?
それとも一人暮らし
Or you live by yourself? Oh, that's true. We never really learned much about Takeshi's home life. Not only his friends, but his parents as well. Because assumedly, his parents are, you know, they're A-okay, and we're leaving them behind, as it were. Hopefully he gets to see them again, assuming they're not dead. Oh. Yeah, we never actually find out if Takeshi's doing that, so I guess this is a player choice kind of thing. I'm gonna say living with parents. I like that choice better. I'm living with my parents. And also this is an A choice, so in case it matters, and a previous A choice didn't matter, I want to say all the A choices. So I'm living with my parents. I'd like to think so. I'm living with my parents. Even though it's kind of sad to think that he, you know, 17 years later, he can at least be reunited with them then? Eh. Maybe we're gonna see what's up with the shonen and the double shonen in this, actually. That'd be a nice thing to see what is the up with. Something tells me we won't, but I am actually thinking, though, we did hear an echoey shonen counting. I mean, you'd think it'd be echoey just for being far away, but that's kind of similar to the echoey Maya we heard in this pathway. Maybe. Suddenly I was enveloped in darkness. Oh shit. I guess this is when the perspective switching starts as Takeshi. That makes sense. I thought they were going to do something with Scene, and for a second I thought they weren't going to. There's nothing moving around the conference room. Who could have been counting? It wasn't you? No. I thought it sounded like you, so then who? I don't know. Kabang. Alright, so now we switch. I was enveloped in darkness. Plunged into darkness without a ray of light, I heard the tiny sound of a can being kicked. The low sound felt as though it were penetrating my body, shaking me to my core. Something like an empty shell reverberating and echoing within itself. Empty shell, like a Blake Winkle? Like the shell of the protagonist, of the person playing the game, because they're just nothing but a shell, you? Freaking game. No sign that the sound would stop. Rather, they seemed to be getting stronger and stronger. A crack ran down the outer husk. It began to spread like the strands of a web and soon covered the entire shell. Pieces began to fall away, dropping to the floor. When I had glanced through the fragmented shell was darkness. The particles of light scattered throughout the darkness began to attract to each other and congeal. Light formed a vague image. The image came flying into view. A fragment of it seemed familiar to me. Kabing! Clatter, clatter, clatter.
おい、誰だよ蹴ったの
Hey, who kicked that?
なんだかよくわか
No
んない
idea, but
チャンス
now's our chance.
いいのでしょうか
Do you think we should? Did this switch happen this way when I played as Takeshi? I don't remember if this was the first switch as Takeshi. Sorry, as Shonen. If like Takeshi, when we switched to Takeshi, if this was the switch, I don't think it was. But yeah. So basically, they're doing what I thought they were doing. It doesn't really make sense because they're not actually. I don't know. They never really properly explained it, but the idea, I guess, is that in one pathway there was a sound, but the can wasn't actually kicked, and in the other pathway the can was kicked, but there was no sound. But in reality, they're like the same pathway. They're not really separate, but they were tricked into being separate. So maybe somehow Blake Winkle's involved, or maybe it's just time travel bullshit. Can I skip this? No, I can't. So everyone spoke. They scared like baby spiders in the wind. I was the only one left in the conference room. Huh? Me? A chill shot up my back. I am here. I have been here forever. Still, I had this odd sense that something was not quite right. I felt that until just a while before, I was not really myself. And neither is not me. Neither is not me. Who could that be? Indeed. Wonder why these doubts were creeping into my mind. I didn't know the reason. For some reason, I was consumed by the feeling that I was floating in space. A feeling that was accompanied by a limitless terror. It It was like I'd been transported into some unknown world before I even realized it. That was how I felt. Suddenly I felt dizzy. My consciousness felt that it would flee if I did not latch firmly onto it. I tried to do this as I calmly, carefully analyzed the situation. I started with what I knew. Seeing that we were all playing kick the can in the dark, thinking back on the fact that Takeshi and everyone run away, it seemed clear that I was it. No, wait. All I could think was, who cared about the game now? I thought it was more important to find the cause of this strange feeling. In the first place, I wondered why I was there in the first place. What had I been doing? While I had questions, there was a part of me that felt it made total sense for me to be there. It's bad. I have no idea what the deal is with anything. Mine was fuzzy. I was not going to be able to push ahead with any logical thinking. Don't think logical. Think bullshit. Time travel bullshit and give up. First, I go look for everyone. Yep. Left the conference room and started my search. Changing my doubts and sense of unease lessened with time. Calmly went to the yeah, because you were, Blake Winkle was getting used to not being in Takeshi anymore. Or something of the sort. I guess it makes sense that you have to see both the Shonen route, or at least one of the Shonen routes, and one of the Takeshi routes before doing this. Technically you have to see all of them, all the good endings, I mean. But it makes sense you have to see at least one of each so that Blake Winkle feels natural being in both bodies and doesn't feel too weird. You know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to give some logic to the craziness. In the darkness, almost completely devoid of light, I went place to place looking for everyone. You, Takeshi, Sora, Maya, Tsugumi. It didn't take me long to find them all. Once we all gathered back at the conference room, we had the following talk.
それにしても瞬殺だった。
Slaughtered us. Can't skip it.
倉成さんの
Was
半分以下
twice as fast as Takeshi.
こんなに
Guess everybody's so in the dark. What are you talking about? The kid, you put her hand on her head, said something to Sakura. Talking, was making a fuss next to me, so Takeshi was making a fuss, so I couldn't hear what she said.
おい、つぐみ。いい加減。
You just go and admit you're playing. I wasn't playing. Blah 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 blah. That was the end of our game. They even continued quietly. They had seen no major developments. There was nothing else for us to do, so decided to go to bed. 4 legitimate beds in the dry areas. There was 1 in the compression chamber, 2 in the infirmary and examination chamber as well. So, okay. So I'm trying to think, because eventually there's going to be 1 in the same. So when is it going to, there has to be a chicken or an egg. Either Takeshi switches into Shonen, it switches into Takeshi, and that's when they divert, or they intersect, or it's going to be one of them is going to get 1 extra segment, is what I'm trying to say. Because if you have a Takeshi and a Shonen, if the Shonen goes into Takeshi and they intersect there, then that means Shonen has an extra segment. If Shonen goes into Takeshi, Takeshi goes into Shonen, and then maybe Shonen goes back into Takeshi, still Shonen has an extra segment. If you know what I mean. Eventually, one of them is going to have an extra segment. Anyways, Tsugumi was AWOL. Sora didn't need sleep, so there was exactly 4 of us. Takeshi had been relegated to the compression chamber. It said since they were vulnerable young women, they would take the 2 beds. I'll know that we're definitely in this. We've intersected when Shonen sees himself in the mirror, but got stuck on the hard examination table. Now, the clamor having quieted down, now we started at the ceiling and blah blah. Enough time passed to see eerie feeling. Now I was clear. Easily reeling the thread of my memory. Date was May 2. Second day we'd been trapped in Lemur. Our second day we was almost over. I reflected on things happening in 2 days. On May 1st, I had woken the infirmary without my memory. So, this is him now recounting the stuff of being Shonen, not Takeshi. Just like how I believe Takeshi did this when we played as Shonen initially, Takeshi around stuff being Takeshi, including saving Coco, which I thought didn't actually happen, but apparently it does in the Coco route, which is an interesting change of events. I didn't know my name, age, dress, or even why I was there. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be different. Trapped in the mirror, you and I wandered through the complex, searching for an exit. And it was just you and you, even in Takeshi's pathway. That makes sense, actually. It's a little extra sense that wasn't there before, in a way. We were caught up in a sudden rush of water and barely escaped death when we found Maya and rescued her from the elevator. I remembered that I had blurted out something crazy. I just want to make sure one more time. Maya, there's really no one else riding the elevator except for you? Huh? There was somebody?
いないよ
There wasn't, but...
どうして
Why?
どうして
How do you know my name? Yeah.
私の
My namae.
あれ
What? That's right, we haven't told you.
ねえなんで
I asked you why.
なんで私のこと君は
Well,
誰なの
who are you? She grilled me about how I knew, but I had no answer. Still, I knew her name was Sara Matsunaga. Even though I knew it, I still didn't know how I knew it. The word Sara just unconsciously popped out of my mouth. After that, I met with Tsugumi, Sora, Takeshi to contemplate escape routes. Most of Lima's bioscan was displaying bizarre numbers. I had another experience similar to the one with Mayo. Wait, that's not right. It's definitely weird. There are only 5 people that didn't escape in time. Uh-huh. So whichever path you choose, you get a bit of an extra scene that wasn't there unless you go in the Coco route. Because the scene where he's complaining about being too many people, that's something you only see in the Coco route. Like, or there not being enough people, if you know what I mean. Whichever. Wow, scan showing 6.
なんで合計で5人なの？
Why do you say there are 5 people?
空、
Tsugumi, Takeshi, Shonen, Naku, and me.
6人じゃん。
No, Maya, that's wrong. Thing is, Sora's not really here.
ここにい
He's
な
not
い。
here. Yeah, okay. Skipping.
あれ
Other words, blah 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 blah
はい
blah.
私は実体のこの思考やじ
Sora was without a doubt not a thing. Okay. There is inexplicably recurring phenomena of premonitions. And there was an even more unbelievable scene that I'd stumbled upon. In the medical compressed chamber, I met with a ghost-like young girl. It's alright. Don't worry, everything's alright. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody, yes, everybody. Help? Yeah, help is gonna something. Skip. The Coco, skip the Coco, skip, go. I lost sight of her in the compression chamber where we spent the night. I saw her again the next day, or only hours before I'd laid down and started thinking this all out. After a sudden blackout, we went to fix the generator. Met up with Coco in the generator. Okay, this is also something that you wouldn't have seen, except in the Coco route. Can I right-click? Can't even right-click. At least if I could right-click, I can skip the ending credits, but I can't do it to skip this goddamn song. Finally, it's over. Before I can have blah 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 blah. Okay. Sayonara, Shonen the Hedgehog. Okay, and then night came. We decided to play Kick the Can in the Dark. Takeshi was it again and again, but finally my turn came. I had found everyone one after another in the dark. When only Tsugumi was left, the sound of the can being kicked, and just that moment I had felt something was not right. It's only been 2 days, so much has happened. Just being trapped here is an unusual state of affairs. Premonitions and the ghost-like girl. Uh-huh. Besides that, Yu's father had gone missing, and Tsugumi, while she was just plain rude. Yup! Sora was only an image in Mayo. What was with Mayo? Something about her stuck in my mind. Oh, whatever. The events of the past 2 days have been like a roller coaster. Too many things had happened. It was like they said about watermills. Worked in the fast stream, stopped, there was a flood. Way I fell, I couldn't get my mind, blah 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 blah. Beyond what I could digest. I wondered what I could do about it. My body knew what the best thing to do. Sleep, yes, sleep. I was only briefly able to enjoy my visit. And then?
おい少年
This is where they intersect. Okay. Yeah, okay.
どっちなんだ
This is where they come together.
今寝てるのか
Makes sense.
Okay.
Alright, so the one with the extra segment is, I want to say Takeshi. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, because Takeshi switches to Shonen and then never switches back before they come into one. Whereas Shonen switches to Takeshi and then switches back into Shonen for this, because I remember Takeshi was going to sleep and then and then you get really awoken by Takeshi when you become Shonen. That's how it ends up happening if you play as Takeshi. So at this point, they've now come into one, so we've seen everything. So this is the end of this video, or videos, or however this ends up being split into. It took quite a while to record all this, but yes, so, just to be safe, I will make a save. Let's do it over this one, I guess. I'll make it a Coco, because this is like the Coco route, or whatever. Make a quick save over that save one, just cuz. Sure. Make it Coco. So now should both be saved there. Yes, they are. Okay, now let's, return to title. Yes. Save, yes. So, now how much percentage do we have now that we've seen that stuff? I mean, I guess there's a couple decisions we never chose. Like, a couple things, like choosing wrong on purpose on the Coco path, for example. We haven't quite done all that kind of malarkey, but we've more or less done everything now. So, if we go to Special, if we go to Screensaver, first of all, wait, no, this is normal. Sorry, it's not the screensaver. It's the album wallpaper. If we go to, I believe it's Oh no, there's still 2 missing. I guess we still have to 100%. Interesting. I don't think any of the rest of these are new. Is this new? This might be new. I don't remember this one. Jeez. That's cute. Or, no. Selection of image. This I saw, this I saw. The rest of these I definitely remember seeing. But yeah, these 2 I do not have. And I'm guessing... Well, let's see. If I go to... Clear list. 11 out of 11. Scenes completed 126 of 126. Paths completed 192, 195. Percentage complete 112. So technically there's 2% not complete. But I'm pretty sure the only thing's missing... If I go here now, I should have everything, I believe, right? Yeah, we unlocked a couple extra Takeshi scenes, I think. Yeah, so that's everything. We have everything. The only things left are basically choosing all of the choices, because there's some choices we, like, for example, picking the wrong Coco routes. I guess that might give us a couple extra, screensavers or whatever, but if I thought ahead, I might have made a bunch of extra save points, so I could have potentially gotten those, but I didn't. So I don't feel like going through and getting that stuff again. Whatever these are, I hope they're super special, awesome, sexy pictures, because they're the hardest ones to unlock, I guess. I might off-screen go ahead and do that. I don't know. It depends on how hard it is to get them. I might look up how hard it is to get them. See if there's a guide for that, because I don't want to be doing every single choice if there's only a couple specific choices I could do to get them. But, other than that, this is the end of the video, unless, again, I want to quickly do these. We'll see how easy it is to do if I can find an easy guide for it. Other than that, next is the finale video, where I'm going to talk about, final thoughts between this game and the Zero Escape series, compare them, and also do a final thoughts for Zero Time Dilemma while I'm at it. I've been brushing up on my Zero Escape know-how. I've been rewatching a little bit of my skimming my Let's Plays, but yeah, just to get it a bit fresher in my mind. But yes. So, and it's convenient because there's been some new commenters on there recently on my videos, so it's been working out, timing-wise. But yeah, so see you either in the next video or in 5 seconds if I get these off screen. Bye-bye.